Hello, hello,
All right.
hello. Welcome everybody to United Adventure Company presents Call of Cthulhu's The Necropolis. So great everyone could join us. Thanks for hanging out. A little bit of a delay. We had a little issue with OBS, go figure. Had to restart it and it broke all the camera feeds. But hey, we're here now. We're glad to be here. I want to say thanks to Richard Watt, our newest subscriber to the new YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your subscription to us. Tonight we're going to be playing Call of Cthulhu, a one-shot called the Necropolis. And I'm going to go ahead and just jump in here to our game. So if everybody's ready, I have to get my keeper voice on. It is November 26th, 1924. You've been working tirelessly with spade, shovel, and trowel in the Egyptian Valley of the Kings. The sun beats down upon you as you carefully unveil the facade of an ancient structure cut deep into a cliff face. Buried in the sands of several millennia, your party of contracted laborers works like busy ants, and soon a doorway is uncovered. You stand proudly at the top of the 13 steps that descend to an entryway covered by a large stone slab. This is what you see before you. I'll go ahead and let's jump right over to the deserty map. Hopefully it doesn't reveal everything. Should only reveal where you are. This is set about 2 months after the opening of Tutankhamun's sarcophagus. And I'm going to turn the music down just a little bit.
Lord Carnarvon, did he die yet? And Howard Carter? I don't remember how far they died after the series was over.
I don't either. I didn't do that much research, to be honest with you. There's Curtis. Let's start with Curtis. Let's go ahead and do some introductions. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and a little bit about your character.
So I'm gonna say Curtis is an old soldier. Mostly, my World War II lore is not the best, despite the History Channel's insistence to the contrary for so many years.
World War One.
World War One, even better. Okay, so we're talking about trench warfare. So this guy was a trench boy, right? Didn't do a lot of shooting. Mostly ended up engaging things in pretty close combat. He's seen some shit, but he seems to have his wits about him for the most part. He's very straightforward, no nonsense, kind of straight man kind of guy. Very dry sense of humor, I would say. Desert puns. I got to get those out of my system now.
Love it.
Yeah, but otherwise he keeps himself pretty. He keeps his general past pretty close to his chest. He doesn't really talk, socialize very much. He's pretty much here to make cash because he's not really good at much but fighting. So he's got a strong body, so he's good for digging. He can do that kind of stuff, and he doesn't really have much of a home life to speak of. So this was a perfect gig for him. He's just signing up for, I'm here to make money. I'm here to get in, get this done, and then ideally go home and drink a lot.
All right, that's Curtis, the not so war hero that fought in the war.
He doesn't. I mean, he might have gotten some awards or something like that, but he doesn't talk about it.
Right on.
He's not one of those guys that likes to draw a lot of attention to himself. You can be a war hero and still not feel good about some of the shit that you had to do.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, let us move up screen to the professor.
Who? Constanzi Dumas, who goes by Stanzi, is a professor of languages at University College in London, where she studied under the tutelage of Professor Murray. She is French-born, but lost both of her parents when she was probably about 10 or 11, and was raised by her older half-brother in Vienna. So she picked up a number of languages there and then moved back to France for a little while before going to college. Her passion is Egyptian hieroglyphs, but she makes her daily bread teaching Latin to first-year students at University College. She's very happy to be here because it gives her a chance to work with what she truly loves and gives her experience to maybe get that position one day.
Maybe one day. Are you tenure track? Is that the deal?
Not yet.
Not yet. but
Not yet.
Working towards
That's
it.
the
Okay.
goal. Hopefully this dig is going to get me there.
Instead of the gig didding you there. Fantastic. Let's go cross corner to Lord Henshaw.
All right, I am Lord Henshaw. I'm playing Lord Henshaw. Lord Roland Henshaw is a noble from the British Empire. Imagine being 44 and the fact that he was a noble. He probably served as an officer in the Great War. He is absolutely fascinated with the ancient world and antiquity to the point that he actually funded this little shindig. And he has a strong thirst for knowledge and all things wonderful. Priceless artifacts, stuff like that. It belongs in a museum, my museum.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
And I'm going to attempt to do my... I was going to do a British accent, but I didn't want to offend anybody. So when I do it, I'm going to be doing my interpretation of a British person trying to do an American who is trying to do a British accent.
That reminds me of the time I played a Malkavian that was pretending to be a hunter that was pretending to be a Malkavian. Exactly. And with that, we're going to jump up above Lord Henshaw to Miriam. Why don't you tell us about yourself?
All right, I am Dr. Miriam Justice, and I am a professor of anthropology at Miskatonic University. I have been working in Egypt for quite a while now for the Lord here, and we are trying our best to find anything we can. So we are on the verge of making a massive discovery, and this is going to be a career maker for me. So we absolutely have to succeed. That's what this is all about.
All right. And I am your keeper for the evening, Jackal Crossing. This is only the second or third time I've run a Call of Cthulhu game in quite a while, so bear with me. I have some veterans playing that will help keep me straight. Remember a couple of things. You do have luck. If you haven't rolled your luck, let's go ahead and get that out of the way now. Go ahead and
3d6 times 5.
Yes.
That's your luck score.
Thank you. I was going to say that. Thank you. 3d6 times 5. Enter that into the luck box on your character sheet.
Just a quick note, because I know everybody here has played more Delta Green than Call of Cthulhu. In Call of Cthulhu, you can spend luck points to fix your rolls. So if you roll a 27 and you wanted a 25, you can spend 2 luck points. So there's spendable luck. Also, there are degrees of success. So you might get an extreme, a hard, or regular success. And that does matter based on what information you may or may not get. And doubles don't do anything in Call of Cthulhu. Doubles are for Delta Green only. And then the last piece is that Call of Cthulhu is a little bit more forgiving with hit points. So, like in Delta Green, if you hit 0 hit points, you're dead. There is no saving you. So, those are the key differences, because all of you have played Delta Green. So, sorry, I took over their handler handler. You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah,
Keeper.
that's
I've
okay.
clearly played more Delta Green than Call of Cthulhu in recent times.
My keeper.
That is quite all right. It's quite all right. I appreciate it because it gave me an opportunity to go and spread some announcements through the Discord worlds that we are live. So thank you so much for taking over there and managing that for me. I appreciate your partnership. So everybody has rolled your luck. Got it into your character sheets.
Yes.
All right.
Wasn't great. Could be.
What is it again? Oh, never mind. It's on my character sheet, right?
Yep, 3d6 times 5.
Oh, times 5. Okay.
Yeah, not just 3d6. 3d6
Yeah.
times 5.
Well, no. Well, it's impossible to get 24 on a 3d6. But for some reason, I was thinking it was times 3. 3, sir. 5 is right out.
Not 4, not 6, but 5.
3, sir. 3.
I got to 65.
Nice.
All right. Character sheet is not cooperating again.
Oh no.
It's just my computer, I think.
All right. As you all are doing that, I will go ahead and set the scene. The sun is high in the sky. It's hot. You're deep in the desert. And you have been digging out here for quite a while. But finally, now that you've uncovered this stone slab buried under millennia of sand, the laborers, you instruct them, they construct this pulley system with horses and timbers and block and tackle. They affix it to the slab, and with the horses pulling back, they hoist this hefty slab. It's nearly a foot thick. That is currently blocking the tomb's entrance. They hoist it high into the sky and roll this contraption that they have built away, and the stale air from inside the tomb hisses as it wafts out slightly, inviting you inside with the cool, stale air and the promise of what could be untold treasures deep below. As the air passes by you, you almost hear a whisper, like, "Come on in." And as you are overtaken with excitement, you head down the 13 steps, knowing that you were just a few feet from fame, fortune, and the discovery of a lifetime. Are you kind of, all of you have your different reasons for being here and different motivations. I kind of guess you might be seeing who can get in first. Or
Well,
are you just letting people go? Like,
considering they all work for me.
all right, so they all work for Lord Henshaw. Are you going to go first, or make them go first?
No, I believe it'd be appropriate for the archaeologist to go first.
Oh, absolutely, sir.
As do I.
Good. I'm not exactly thrilled to be grave robbing.
Right on.
Well,
Remember who we are. We are of the British Empire. Let's keep it organized and show a good example for these people.
Well, Curtis, I will need your assistance up front, of course, in case anything goes awry. I mean, it is not unheard of that there may be actual grave robbers here and not scientists who are trying to recover the mysteries of the ancient world and put them where they need to be, in a museum.
I read the brief, but thank you for the reminder, ma'am. I will be happy to join you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. As the two of you, followed by the next two, get in, it is dark. down inside here. You can barely see with what little light is shining in beneath this tomb. You can barely see anything. It's so dark. And just as the last of you gets in, you hear a cracking sound from above, screaming and yelling, and then darkness envelops the entire entryway as the stone slab slams down on the ground behind you. Dust travels down. You appear to have been trapped in, as maybe the ropes broke above, or were they cut? Maybe some other strange force caused it to happen. I need everybody to make a sanity roll. Right out the gate.
Oh, my sand score's not very good. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
On a pass, just take 1. On a fail, take 1d2.
1d2.
And then let me know how you react to this, each of you.
Well, we didn't bring a torch in here. It seems strange.
I believe the archaeologist does have some sort of light source. I believe your character sheet says you have 4 candles.
That doesn't make sense. This roll I just did.
I got a hard success.
But
Okay.
you can't roll a d2 and
No, you can't. Here, I'm just going to roll a d4 and take half.
that's fine.
Sorry for the extra rolls. I'm
Thank
trying
you.
to fix my sanity, but
You gotta click the thing that says edit.
Yeah, up at the top. There's a little edit tab.
oh, that makes sense.
You can roll a d2. You just have to type it in manually.
Eh,
Yeah,
Fuck
you do
that.
have to do that.
I'll just take half a d4.
All right.
That's just,
You take 2.
So that's 2. Yeah. All right.
So, Lord Henshaw, you're talking about light sources. Who brought the torches? Right? Is that kind of your reaction?
Yes.
I have a
I'll
couple
say,
of.
I'm not sure exactly what's going on up there, but we appeared to be trapped. Did anyone bring some light? And I'll fumble around. I actually have a cigarette lighter.
I have a few candles.
I have a
And I'll-
cigarette lighter as well.
I'll hand out the candles. I'll give one to each person.
Right? Each candle has a burn time of 1 hour. And
All right.
each square on the map here is 1 meter, just so you know.
yeah, as a response to that, I think Curtis's reaction is to he jumps forward instinctively because the sound is coming from behind him. And if you could see, which, I mean, if you've already lit I guess this is before, like, the candles have been handed out and everything, kind of bewildered, and he gets very quiet. But he starts walking back towards the entrance, and he says, "Did anybody else hear that screaming?"
Yes. As I said, I'm not quite sure what's up there. How does it look?
And
And I'll walk up there and have a
Lord,
look.
with all due respect, I can't see shit in here. And he starts touching the ground to see if he's basically checking for blood.
I have
Like, does the
also
ground
heard
feel
the
wet?
scream. I light my lighter.
Me too.
All right, so you light your lighters. A soft glow around you. You can see the dirt floor well carved out. The ground is dry. You don't feel any blood or moisture on the ground. If you're up by the tomb entrance, you can go ahead and make a listen check for me. Also, for Lord Henshaw and Professor, if you get up close to it, you see there might be some what looks like some carvings maybe on the tomb lid.
All right.
Is this a listen for all of us?
Yeah, anybody can make this listen roll, yeah.
Nope. Oh man, my skills are so bad.
Oh yeah, I don't hear shit.
Well,
Can I make an archaeology roll to see if I can interpret? Will archaeology work on interpreting the
yeah,
mark-
Two have failed.
so everyone failed. All okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so if everyone failed, so you all just basically you hear muffled voices up above, kind of two-sided, maybe a conversation. You can't make out what's being said, but you can tell there is a conversation being had up above you. And then as you're kind of peering and trying to hear, the voices get softer and softer and sound as if they're fading away, and eventually you don't hear anything. It's quiet. Too quiet.
So this is the only entrance to these ruins that you guys have found, yeah?
As of yet, it's the only one we know of. Don't worry, a lot of these places had multiple entrances and exits. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, depends on the type of place we're in.
Yeah, so I say I'm beginning to think that this was no accident.
It is
does-
possible. What does this say?
I'm not
Can
sure.
I tell what it says?
No, but you can make a these oddly carved sigils. So occult, a archaeology,
So I
or
do
a
know
spot
that
hidden.
they are not hieroglyphs.
Right now they just look like carved sigils. So the light is so dim. If you had more light, you could probably get a better look at them.
Are we using the candles at this point? If not,
That's
then
up to
I'll
y'all.
I'm actually
Thanks.
gonna not light mine, and I'm gonna kind of stay back and let that be my light, because I'm a little freaked out and I don't want to be visible.
All right, so I will see if they. Oh well, I do not know what the hell it is.
Here, let me take a look. And
Yes.
I'm gonna.
I'll look as well.
Whoa, where's my mouse?
This is beyond me.
Ugh. Seriously? Man,
That's-
Roll20 hates me.
We are a
Man.
motley crew.
Just
Professionals?
give me a spot hidden.
Which one? All of us?
Yeah, and y'all can all roll a spot hidden on this as well.
Where's
I'm trying to
is that
warm your
located?
dice up.
Wow.
where's
Hard
that
success.
located?
Okay.
Woohoo!
Uh,
Finally, I am good at something.
Maybe I don't have spot here. Where is it?
It's
Oh,
in
there it is.
alphabetical order, yeah.
yeah, they're in alphabetical order. There you go.
Under sleight of hand. Third column.
There you go. So, Professor, as you're kind of up with the lighter, trying to examine the bottom of the tomb lid, the flames slap your hand. You drop the lighter, it hits the ground, and you notice there are these limestone chips on the ground. And as you bend down to examine them and investigate, pick up the lighter, you do see that these limestone chips on the floor, they look like maybe they are left over from a previous excavation of this tomb.
Ow, yeah.
That's weird.
Look. Yes, I'm going to point them out. I'm sorry, I don't remember anyone's name, so, and I can't see characters, so.
All right, I'm going to change my profile name, rename.
I should have written it down.
It's okay. I just changed my display name here on Zoom, if that helps. So if you hover over me now, you should see.
Ah, yes, I should remember that. So,
You-
Dr.
you-
Justice, take a look
You
at
just
this.
call me my lord.
Okay, my lord.
That's not going to get
That
old
is-
tonight at all.
That's quite odd. From my understanding, this tomb had never been excavated before.
That is what I thought.
Do they look fresh?
No.
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 Hmm.
Like, is there still powdery residue and stuff for being chipped, or has this been here for a while?
Does look like it's been here a while.
Hmm.
Well, I suppose we should assess our situation. Curtis, how does it look to you? Do you think we can get out of here? I'm looking at the rubble.
So, if I may interject, my lord.
Yes, of course.
And there was just the subtlest hint of disdain there. No, we've been trapped in places together, if I remember correctly. I like to think I don't forget faces or personalities like yours. However, this was the first time that this entrance has been unsealed to your knowledge. Yes.
Yes, it would seem that way. By the way, you don't have to, out of character, you don't have to call me my lord. Just Lord.
Oh no, I'm totally fine doing that in character.
Okay.
Like, I'm
well,
also.
I imagine since you're like his Brock Sampson, that you
Okay.
probably are a little more friendlier times.
Oh, okay, that's legit. So we're gonna keep going forward. So I'm gonna retcon something. I know that's against etiquette, but I'm gonna say the tone, instead of dismissive of the thing, it's more like kind of an in joke. Very, you know that he has a very dry sense of humor. So
Yep.
if we have any history together, which I'm implying that we have been trapped in trenches and tight places like this before.
Yep.
So he's so if you're sure, if you're absolutely certain that door had never been opened, that means that somebody came in another way, which is reassuring, which means that there's probably another way out. Why they didn't take that entrance, well, that's anybody's guess. He looks over at where the rubble is. But okay, well, I think we should probably start moving. We only have so much light. I don't know what kind of air flow is in here. So we're probably gonna, want to get out of here sooner rather than later. And I'm not exactly eager to,
Yes, we should probably perhaps conserve our candles. Well,
that's my thought. He holds his up, which is clearly not lit, and then he says, "I've survived way too much stupid bullshit to die in a place like this."
Of course.
Well, what do you
agree.
What do you propose that we do? Obviously, we would like to open this door back, but it was hard enough to get it open from the other side. Do you think that the workers over there will be working to free us?
I suspect that they left. Unless I heard incorrectly, which out of character I'm sure he did because he failed to roll. I believe that they left us, and they weren't in too big of a hurry. I mean, I don't hear any scuttlebutt going on up there right now to free us. I said scuttlebutt.
Who is left up there? They are your men, right?
Hello! I say hello! Can you hear us?
There is no response.
Curtis looks down and he's like, "I have a gun and a knife. I don't think it's going to dig us out of here." I think our best option is probably going to be to look for another one, because this entrance is it's not really much of an entrance or an exit at this point. So our options are either to go forward or continue yelling at an avalanche of brick. Take your choice.
Yes. Let's see if we can find a way out of this mess. Maybe there's an ancient workers tunnel or something that remains well hidden.
And no one has an electric torch?
Those
At
are
all?
expensive.
Oh.
budget
Well,
cuts.
battery
you know.
powered.
Those are expensive.
Well, my lord.
Well,
I'll whip
if we
out
did
one
it-
of my cigarettes and light it up. Nope. All we've got is good old-fashioned flame.
Oh,
Right.
well.
Which extends a candle gives you a few feet of visibility ahead of you. You can see the walls as you walk. They have lots of hieroglyphs, paintings on the walls of this passageway. You hold the candle up as high as you can, maybe two of them, trying to get light to extend on. And as you move down,
I will definitely read as I go, if I am able.
Same. I'm very interested in this.
Yes,
yes,
absolutely.
Curtis is also, he's asking, so the archaeologists in the crew, do you guys have any, before we broke into this place, did we have any maps or other documentation indicating what the layout of this place might have been? It's a long shot, but maybe one of you guys knows something.
Well, nothing on me. Everything that I had is back at the tent.
Do you have anything in your memory?
Let's see. Host, is there anything in my memory?
nope, nope,
Ugh.
nothing.
No,
should study.
I'm afraid that I'm drawing a blank. A little bit too much gin last night.
The air is making you a little lightheaded. It's thin.
It-
Was I given a map?
no, we were not even aware this place existed until we found the
Oh, that's true.
path leading to the cliff face. I mean, this is our big break. This is how we put our names in the history books as one of the best archaeological teams in this decade.
As you move through this hallway, it's probably 7 to 10 meters in length. And as you're studying these hieroglyphs as you move through, you notice that there are lots of cracks in the frescoes. And if you kind of look into the cracks, it almost looks as if there's a shadow casting back behind the wall. In some of these places, they're kind of large cracks.
Hmm?
So there's light coming in from between the cracks.
No, your light is going into the crack, and it's like casting a deep shadow back.
I want to hold the candle flame up, or if I'm not holding the candle, I'll just flick my bic and see if there's a breeze. Is there a breeze blowing the flame anywhere?
When you get near the cracks, the flame flutters a bit, as if there's air coming out of them.
Well,
Uh-huh.
at least we won't have to worry about suffocation.
That is a good sign. It means that there is more down here than just a single burial tomb.
Yeah, with some measure of disrespect, Curtis starts kind of bumping his fist against various walls to see if there's like any hollow noises or anything, just to.
Yeah,
Oh, good heavens.
sure.
Be careful.
This- I say, what's this over here? I'm going to check this out.
Yeah.
Be
and-
careful what you might wake up, sir.
And you're
Yeah, I'm not the superstitious sort. I'm more worried about getting out of here alive.
you're thumping around. You get by these large cracks here, and where you can see these deep hollow spaces inside the cracks, and it definitely sounds hollow behind. You can make a strength roll if you'd like to try to make a hole in the wall.
Huh.
Strength times
Yeah,
5.
so I'm gonna mention it's like it feels hollow here. Do you guys want to keep looking, or you want me to try to push through this?
We need to keep looking first. I would rather not damage the site if we don't have to.
Well, let's have one last good look of it to see if there's any writing that may help us out.
Yes, I'm
Right.
looking at the glyphs, trying to see if they're Egyptian.
They are. You can go ahead and make that roll.
All right.
And I am also going to take a good look at it. Will my archaeology give me anything? Can I roll it?
You can roll your archaeology. I'll give you that.
Ooh. I
All right.
succeeded at something.
Yes, you did. Between the two of you, the professor and the doctor, I guess both of you are near doctors, so uh, you're able to piece together what this art says. And hang on just a second. So I can. Oh, wait. Did you guys see that when I popped that handout up?
No.
I did not.
I see not that this handout you speak of.
As you're looking along this art, it seems to tell a story. It depicts a pharaoh who appears to possess great powers beyond those of ordinary mortals. The disjointed images on the panels show him smiting those who do not follow him, and that many suffered and perished under his rule. It seems
very
to
good.
tell more of the story, but you can't make it out through all the cracks and the aging and the damage to the wall. It's missing parts that you just can't make out.
Could I roll my history to see if any of this rings a bell from a historical standpoint?
You can. Sure. Let's see if you know anything more about it.
Nope.
Nope. On the far end, as you kind of get to the end of the hieroglyphs, reading the story, you do see there's a passage and a sealed archway etched with symbols and hieroglyphs similar to those seen on the door slab of the tomb's entrance.
Where at? Could you ping us?
Yeah, down on this far end.
Finest pinger thingy.
Yeah.
Is that what I was going to go check out?
Probably. You would have headed down that way. Down to there.
What do we got?
You're welcome to roll a archaeology or occult.
I better go with occult. Curtis, were you still going to attempt to crack the wall open, or? Yo, I suck at this.
I was
You
told
could
to wait.
spend some luck if you want.
Told to wait.
Well, I thought we were done looking at.
Well, right now, there is nowhere else to go except for, I guess, the store we're standing in front of.
It's a sealed archway with the same kind of writing that was on the bottom of the entrance door, the slab that's closed back down. And then you have 4 areas of cracks in the hieroglyphs.
Okay.
With large empty chambers behind them.
Curtis, if you wish to investigate those cracks, then just be careful. If you see anything you think might be of value, please call me over.
I'll be sure to do that. However, I would like to, for the record, to show that this is not one of the reasons that I was hired, and recognizing what is and is not going to be valued is a bit outside of my skill set. With that being said, I'm going to break the wall, or I'm going to attempt to anyway. So just a fair warning.
Yes. Just
Honestly, he kind of thumbs back towards the entrance. It's like, I think we've got bigger problems to deal with. And he then proceeds to get to whacking. Wait, so I was knocking on the walls earlier. Does this door provide a similar sense of breakability?
No, it sounds solid. The door sounds solid. It's just these areas here on the side of the walls.
I'm not depending on that door to be openable. He gives it like a good solid push. He leans against it. He's a decent sized guy. Whatever a size 70 is, I presume that's.
Oh wow, yeah, you're big.
That's a pretty big guy. Yeah, go ahead and make a strength times 5 roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that against the wall, not against the door. Like,
Yeah,
he just
yeah.
kind of like nudges the door to kind of get a feel for how solid it is, and he's like, "Here goes." Not the first time.
And while he's doing that, I am going to try to see if I can learn anything else about this door.
Okay.
What was the roll that you wanted me to make? Strength.
Strength times 5, yeah. Nice.
Nice.
I'm not sure how a times 5 would factor into that, but
No, that's the right roll. It's so you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Gotcha. Oh, I see.
You hit
Bravo,
the,
Curtis. Good show. Good show.
He just goes, oh.
Yeah, you lay into it pretty good, and it caves a little bit, but it doesn't collapse. It might take just a little bit more oomph. You could spend some luck if you wanted to, or you could try and beat on this thing again.
Could I give him a
Oops,
hand?
I did not mean to click that, but yes, I will spend some luck.
How much?
Could I give him a hand? And I mean, will that do anything, or is it just spend?
You a strongman?
I got a 50.
I'll give you a +10 on that if you help him with a 50.
Yeah, Curtis he sees you approach and he looks at you for a second. He says, guess we're going to give it the old heave-ho, just like the old days, huh? My lord.
You got it, Curtis.
You're right.
You remember back in the farmlands of Normandy.
Now Curtis is a battering ram.
All right, so I'm going to pick you up by the waist anyway. No. So basically just on 3, let's go.
So you go ahead and roll, and then we'll do it at a +10. So, oh, nice, yes. The second one, you kind of just tumble through the wall. The two of you, it gives way, and you crumble inside. The facade falls, just almost disintegrates into dust. And reveals 2 small openings. They're about 2 feet wide and 4 foot long into the rock wall. Each hole.
Are you gentlemen okay? Are you harmed?
Been worse.
Yeah.
Did you find something back there? And I'm like crowding in now, trying to look and see what it might be.
Nice.
Doors and possibly gold. We'll see.
Each hole houses a small linen-wrapped package with the painted wooden dog head protruding from the bandages.
Oh, awesome.
If the linen... Oh, I'm not going to read that part.
I do have a question about the Egyptian hieroglyphs skill that I have. It's under languages, so can I just read them? Do I not know, like, the history of them? Or
No, you can read the story. Yeah,
So,
but you
okay.
don't know... you would know what
What it says, but
not the context.
Okie dokie. Never
Same.
mind then.
Is that Anubis on those vases?
It does look like that.
Could I attempt an occult knowledge now
On what?
on these things?
Yeah.
Or archaeology, whichever one. I'm just trying to.
Archaeology or history would do better on these.
What is it? Can I see one of them?
Yeah, if you want to take one
Yes,
out,
yes, by all
you
means.
can take them out. They slide right out. And
All right. I want to take a good look at it. Do you want me to roll?
yep, you can roll archaeology or history.
What the fuck?
Wow. 91 on a 70. Roll 20
Roll20
does
hates
not
me.
like you tonight.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Well, I would imagine there's some form of funerary urn, especially with Anubis on the lids.
I would agree. I just there's not enough light in here, and it's really hard to get a good idea. Maybe if I had it out in the daylight, I'd be able to tell you more about it.
Well, I mean, I understand that we are trapped and we have other pressing concerns, but this is why we came here, is it not?
Exactly.
I see.
That is,
What, just this?
well, we know
this
where
could
it's
be
at.
this could be just one of many things, Curtis. One of many. I suggest we have a look.
You guys have what are we looking at here?
I'm assuming it's
What are the no, Curtis is asking, like, what are these things?
I believe they may be funerary urns.
That is indeed what I suspect as well.
Yeah, you guys have fun with that. I'm not touching them.
Sir, do you want to... Lord, do you
No,
want to
by all
open?
means, please go ahead. Go ahead.
are you wanting us to open one to see what we find?
Yeah, maybe,
Unless
maybe.
I'm mistaken, that look on your face tells me you very much would like to crack one of these open. So
No.
please, by all means, let's see what we have.
Hold on, let's see if there's anything written first before you do
you guys
that.
have fun. I'm going to keep looking for other things I can break.
Sure.
Together.
Is there anything written on the urns or around where they were?
No, they're these wooden packages wrapped in linen.
But
nothing on the cubby holes.
Nope. All that was knocked away with the frescoes that crumbled to the ground.
Yeah. Well,
okay,
go
so
for
it's not urns, it's just linen wraps.
Like they're just linen wrapped packages with a painted wooden dog head protruding from the bandages.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It was likely a resting place for their animals. Most of the old pharaohs had lots of pets and worker animals in their collections, their possessions.
I agree. That is a good assumption.
I really want to look at this, but I want to look at it in decent lighting. I just don't feel that we can do it justice, and I might accidentally mess something up here if I don't want to accidentally damage it because I didn't have enough light to look at it properly. But I think I would like to put one of these in my bag.
Okay.
Like how big are they? As big as those ones that was on that picture that you showed us, like pulling the thing out of the wall?
They're small. They're not quite as big as that. They're small dog sized probably.
All right.
Yeah, so
like small dog.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to take one and put it in my satchel.
Okay. You're going to leave the other one behind, or?
Yes, we know where it's at, and we're currently trapped. Nobody else can get down here either, so.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to get up and walk away.
Curtis, if you want to make me, as you're walking around here looking at the rest of this, you want to make an intelligence roll. For me.
Where'd my character sheet go?
I don't know.
There it is. Curtis of middling intelligence.
You see similar cracks around that look like they may also be soft spots in the frescoes.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my fist on it real quick and see if it sounds like it might give like the other one did.
It does. It sounds the same.
All right.
Just do let me read before you break it.
Yeah, he's actually already rearing up and getting ready to shoulder check it, and he says, "Okay."
Just 1 second. 1 second. Anything new? Apparently not.
I mean, you're pretty close. If you wanted to spend a couple luck, you'd get a pass.
I'm mentally going over all their resumes in my mind going.
I will do that. I will spend some luck.
All right. Yeah. If you spend a couple luck, you'll get a success out of it. And you're reading, this is on the other side of the wall now, and you're reading on about the pharaoh, and you come to realize that it looks like he rejected any concept of an afterlife.
Oh, very interesting here.
Wait.
His followers would behold the truth, while those unworthy would rest with their old gods in an early grave. So the story that you read kind of shows him striking down non-believers of this no afterlife.
Right. This particular pharaoh did not believe in an afterlife.
How very strange.
Which makes me question what this is, then.
This is the find of a lifetime.
He actually struck down people who believed in an afterlife.
A pharaoh that didn't believe in the afterlife I find that very hard to. Are you sure you read it correctly? I mean, that just flies
This is
against everything.
Some sort of
in
punishment
Egyptology.
chamber.
This is fascinating. This could really make our careers.
Uh-oh.
If we were the ones to
I can't
find.
hear.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just Sherry that can't hear. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
All right.
We
Anybody?
can hear you.
We
can hear you.
you. You can't hear us.
Sir, this could be what puts our names in the history books.
Yes, it's very much so. This is very, as I said, this just flies in the face of everything we know of Egyptology.
You know, and it would also be an interesting historical footnote if we died in a tomb.
Sorry about that.
Said,
All right, you're back.
Yeah. My headphones went dead.
Welcome back.
That's never fun.
I thoroughly agree, Curtis, but I think it wouldn't hurt just to have one peek, would it? I mean, if this is true, then this just is, as Dr. Miriam says, the find of a lifetime. Shall we? And I'll make like we can hit it with our elbows. Well, our
I'm
shoulders.
sorry, I zoned out for a minute, Dr. Miriam. Did you have
lost in the
any?
hieroglyphs.
Did you have anything to add to this pharaoh? Have you ever heard of a pharaoh that didn't believe in the afterlife?
I have not, and I think this could be quite the historical find.
Oh, agreed.
I'm absolutely fascinated. I can't wait to get this discovery documented and published.
I am taking, well, if I can, it's dark, right? So
Barely. I mean, you have the candlelight.
I will take the best notes that I can. I have a little parchment and a pen.
You would probably have a rubbing kit as well.
Oh, yes. I did not think about that. I'll do. Oh, don't break the door yet. Let me do that real quick.
Oh yes, that is great thinking. Quick thinking.
You rub it down.
Well,
Rub it down.
Professor is doing the rubbing. Lord Henshaw and Curtis, you walk back to the end, the sealed up end of the passageway, and you're looking around there a little bit, and you realize this door is not much more than a table and maybe an old chest, and they look like they're all just kind of packed together with mud as you give them an investigation. You think that with a little bit of work, you might be able to dig this open, like somebody sealed this up.
Interesting way to seal it. What you say,
At first thought, it was you hit on it and it just sounded solid. And Curtis, you walked away, but as you come back, you see where you hit it. It looks like some mud maybe has fallen off of it now, and you can see the wood behind it.
All right. With that being said, I'm actually gonna take my knife and just kind of give it a couple of quick, chip at it, kind of at an angle so as not to, damage the tip.
Yeah, you knock some more of the mud across, and you can see off of Lord Henshaw's lighter, the light reflects off of something golden down at the bottom, where it kind of looks like a chest caked in mud and dirt, but it's broken off now from where you've been chipping at this mud.
He's actually visibly intrigued, contrary to his apparent disinterest in the goings on, because gold's valuable. But he says, "Hey, do you?" He leans over to his old buddy and he says, "Hey, man, do you see that?"
I do. Is there any kind of role I can make here, host?
There's probably not enough visible yet.
All right.
Yeah, not yet, but once you get a little bit more, you could look at it and determine, whether it has much value or not.
Yeah, this I'm actually going to be a little bit more careful with.
Just how about make a praise roll?
Yeah.
Even though how many points is it luck points are 1 for 1, or I don't remember what you said.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 for 1.
I'll spend 5, which will leave me with 60. So
Yeah,
I
you
just
don't
click in
have-
and add the 5 to it.
You don't have to spend the luck until after you make the roll.
Yeah. So you make the
So
roll.
if you make the roll and it's not good enough, then you can spend the luck. Yeah, there you go. So no,
I mean,
unless you have 85 luck.
that you want to spend on this one roll.
Yeah.
It's
What I do-
ornate.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, like, as he's sweeping stuff and knocking stuff loose, and Dr. Miriam and Professor Dumas, you hear some ruckus behind you as you all are kind of doing this rubbing. You hear some knocking and beating, but you think they're just beating around on the walls.
Do not break anything until I get over there.
Have you found something?
Maybe.
Well, I believe we have.
Oh, I must see. And then I like rush
Well, I
over
haven't.
there.
Yeah, he says, "Well, I haven't really," and I'm guessing you just kind of, sort of, are you
Oh,
like
I'm
out
there.
of the way, or like?
No,
You
I'm
have to-
like breathing over your shoulder at this point.
Once he feels that like breath on his ear, and detects that you're like standing immediately behind him. You see he's like very gingerly using this like big combat knife to pick away at like dirt around the gold. And
Oh, good
he feels
heavens.
that, and then he immediately like stops and he says,
I have tools that are better used for that.
"Okay, well, somebody who's probably more apt with those tools should probably be doing this then.
Yes, please let me.
Go right ahead." He sheathes the knife and steps back, dusts off his hands, and starts checking more walls for soft spots.
All right. So I pull out my trowel and my soft brushes and I start troweling where it's thick and then brushing away where it's light to
Yeah, and you reveal this beautifully ornate gold chest after probably about the time the professor's done with the rubbing, for 10 or 15 minutes. It doesn't take long, but just a few minutes. And the gold chest is easily, it actually looks in great shape. It's not tarnished. It isn't rusty. The hinges look in great shape. The latch is unlocked. And you open up it holds a few loose beads, but the chest itself looks very heavy. It's thick gold chest, solid gold. You imagine it's probably priceless.
This is amazing. Sir, this is going to make your museum and it's going to make my career. Dr. Dumas, you will most definitely get tenure after this. This is an amazing find.
It's interesting how it was used to seal this door. This appears to be a piece of a table.
Do you move the chest out? Or are you going to just leave it there?
I'm gonna let the academians do their thing before I mess with it.
Yeah, Curtis is standing back. He looks concerned. He says, "What, do you think they locked somebody in like a deeper chamber or something? Like they did you think they might have done to us? You think they're
No.
putting shit on the wall behind us?"
Curtis, you
It
don't
is
believe in
strange.
the curses, do you? The curses of the tombs?
No, I don't.
Well, I don't either, so we should
Right.
be just fine.
But the locals that we hired probably do.
And I think that's why they didn't bother to try to get us back out of here.
Yeah. Well, what's worse is that they might be, burying the evidence. Because if you're talking about like there being like a table and there's like a chest and this is just kind of in the way, kind of makes me wonder if maybe somebody was following our footsteps a couple years back and then they just patched over the holes in the wall to, get them stuck in here.
Let's have a look at the dust on the floor. Are there just our footprints here? Are there other? Like, I'll hold the light down
Yeah, it's just
there
there's no
any
other
evidence-
footprints. There's no other evidence to suggest that what Curtis is saying could be true.
And the dust is very thick, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact,
So-
you start to see some dust in the air, actually. You can't tell if it's from just what you've been doing, but as you hold the light around, you see dust kind of filtering through the air and moving, falling down. The air seems to have stopped moving. That little bit of a breeze that was coming out of the cracks, now that you've cracked the big hole in the wall, it's kind of stopped.
What about the other side, where the other cracks were at?
There's no air coming out of those either.
Well, Curtis, shall we have a look at these real fast before we move on?
Have a look at what?
Push these indentions in on the other
Can't
side.
hurt.
All right. Well,
Oh, it could hurt quite a few things, but go for
Listen,
it.
you're not
Go
going to have a
ahead.
career if you're dead.
I am aware. Go ahead.
And if they find you in here at some point in the future, then, I mean, if that's a... Anyway, the less I talk about that, the better. I'm not trying to make myself get worried here. And with that, he knocks on the wall to see if it feels hollow, like he has been, because it's been
Yep.
working pretty well so far. And then he proceeds to stick it.
Nice. Again, it kind of caves in a little bit, and as it does, go ahead and make me a dodge roll. You and anybody within 2 squares of you can make a dodge roll.
Oof, I'm not real great at dodge.
well, I would have been there. So
Yeah, I would have to. All right.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right.
I am.
Oof.
No, whatever it is falls right on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, we're all pretty bad at dodging, so...
Yeah.
I would have been looking at the chest and trying to read it while they're all.
As you kind of slam into the wall, you knock something loose, but it is not the wall. A timber from up above that's supporting the ceiling gives way and comes crashing down on you.
Oop.
Dr. Miriam, take 1d4 damage, and Lord Henshaw and Curtis take 1d2 damage. As this large wooden beam comes just down, and it's pretty clear that the structural integrity of this tunnel has been compromised.
Oh, this is not good.
Oh no.
And you're going to have to
Oh,
get some
that
help
smarts.
Yeah, that thing landed right on your head.
How?
Let me take
Oh.
a look. I have first aid, so I
Oh,
will
thank you.
take a look.
Thank you, Dr. Tomas.
You
We
can
will see.
kind
Thank
of-
the dice.
Nope.
Oh my goodness. Let's
It makes it worse.
it doesn't make yeah. This might hurt me more than it's gonna. No,
Hang
it's
on.
gonna hurt you a lot more.
I've actually got a better shot
I
at
do
that.
apologize.
I've got 50 on first aid.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can give it a shot too.
Go
Yeah.
for it. Fix my
So
mistake.
he's gonna like, that's smart. And he's like, oh, you look like you took quite a hit there. Let me have a look at that. We did a little bit of training on this.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So he looks, sees that it, looks like it got your shoulder there. Shit. Let's. I'm actually gonna. I'm gonna say I've been wearing like a poncho kind of thing, and fashion that into kind of like a sling. It's like you just keep that. Don't move that arm around too much. That's pretty rough. I don't think anything's broken though.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And then
All right. You
Like he
kind of feel
you,
the.
you would realize that he jumped to that almost like he just like instinctively went over and did that without even really thinking about what he was doing. Even he seems a little like, old training kicks in.
Yeah, and you feel a slight tremor as well. You probably don't have long before this thing gives way. especially if you go beating around and knocking holes in the wall again.
All right. Well, he actually looks a little sheepish at that. I apologize if I've made the situation worse. I won't be damaging your anymore. And he just kind of gestures vaguely towards the end of the hallway.
Well, is there anything on the other side? I'll have a look.
Now that it's kind of caved in a little bit more, you shine your light in there. You can see in. You could maybe reach in. It looks like another one of those wooden dog heads packages. There's not enough room to pull it out.
What is he doing with all of this? If he doesn't believe in an afterlife, why leave this?
That is a great question. We must know more. I wonder if he has any more of the story written on these walls, maybe in other parts of this tomb. I need to take another look at that door.
All right, I'm gonna make a really long shot roll here.
Yeah.
And I do mean this is an incredibly long shot here.
Did the gold chest have any type of hieroglyphs on it?
That's a good roll too.
It was decorated, but it wasn't hieroglyphs. Pretty common Egyptian imagery of the times.
Right. So I made a history roll because this is something that Brian knows, but Curtis almost certainly would not, because I have the advantage of history. But he did go over some documents that folks provided him with. Whoops, didn't mean to do that either.
That's all right.
But yeah, let's see here. What do I need to take that down to? I'm bad at math. 8.
Well, for a regular success, you need 8.
Okay. Yeah, so that's going to bring me down to 32. I'll go ahead and use that. I'm fine with using luck for stupid shit. So yeah, I've taken my luck down to 32, and he looks up and he says, all right, so hang on, let me think about this. Putting 2 and 2 together. So normally, if I remember correctly, when they're burying their dogs and other animals, there's like organs and stuff that they bundle up in a very like ritualistic way. Yeah, I don't know the specifics, but am I warm, cold? Somebody help me out here.
You're
Yes.
spot on. Yep.
Okay, so if he had some measure of disregard for this afterlife, do you think he would have prepared these things in the same way, or would there be something different about it?
I just had a thought.
Well, I believe that they mummified their pets, and
Yes.
this was a pet, and they're not mummified, but yet they're still wrapped in linen. Perhaps this is just some kind of.
Well,
That cemetery?
here's my thought about this. He clearly did not believe in an afterlife, and he tormented and killed those who did. What if he set up this chamber with things that looked like they belonged in a traditional Egyptian tomb to capture people who had the same beliefs, and this is actually one big trap?
Well, that would be a frightful thought indeed.
Okay, well, but no. Help me out here. If it were a trap, though, I mean, I feel like obviously we talk about curses and things like that, but I mean, is there a possibility that even regular tombs were trapped specifically to keep people out? If he was wanting to, entrap
Yes.
people who believed in an afterlife, then why would people who believed in the afterlife be grave robbing like we are?
Why would they have a grave?
Good point.
Well, why trap people in when they come? If it's in other places, the traps have been meant to harm the people who come to the area, not to trap them in. And I have a strong suspicion that What happened out there was not an accident.
Right, but is that a function of the tomb, or was that just human action? Because I feel like
It
that
was a
was just
scream.
It's a good question.
right. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm kind of
Or perhaps
men are capable of doing some incredibly sordid things, and I've seen some of the worst that humanity has to offer.
perhaps
There's
some
a
of our
good chance
workers,
this was just men doing what men do.
or perhaps some of our workers may have been followers of this odd Egyptian god and wanted to make sure that we never live to, we never see the light of day to tell what we have seen.
And at all of these wild theories that you're throwing out,
But
you're standing there looking at these holes in the wall and these mummified remains and putting all these pieces together, and go ahead and everybody make a sanity roll. It's all of that kind of hits you as all of these are possible, but which one is really the truth?
All right, are they actually mummified remains, or are they just wood? Because
You haven't opened them up. What I
Well, that's
heard
what
was the
I'll-
assumption that they're
Yeah.
some kind of remains wrapped
I'm gonna
in
go.
linens.
I'm gonna go back in this area where that other one was at,
You're
Okay.
gonna open it.
and I'll bring it back towards the light in the hallway, and I will unwrap it.
Okay,
But let me.
I
make
did
my
okay.
Sanity.
nice.
Sanity.
I have
Since I-
failed. I am the only one who failed.
So just take one. As all of these theories seem to make sense, but yet only one of them can be real, and you're having a real hard time wrapping your head around which one. As you open up, Lord Henshaw, as you open up this container of sorts, if you will, indeed it does open up. It's a mummified dog. Small mummified dog is revealed in the linen wrappings. And you put that together with what Curtis was saying, and yeah, this looks like some kind of animal pet offerings or shrines that are, dedicated to the dog. Maybe these were gifts to this god or to this pharaoh. And
But however, it does look like they were mummified using the
traditional
rituals in
yes.
the Book of the Dead. So this would smack in the face of this god who doesn't believe in an afterlife.
And another tremor kind of shakes through the chamber that you're in. You see more of the fresco starting to crack and crumble a bit.
I'm gonna take a look at that door again.
Yeah, so let's see if we can get that door. Does anyone have? I don't have a bag, so does anyone have a bag? We can
I do.
put this little mummy in. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep the linen. I'll stick the linen in my pocket.
Okay. You imagine it's probably so dry it could be quite flammable and used as a maybe wrap around something
Exactly.
to make
A
a torch,
torch.
maybe later.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As you get over there and you're looking around, go ahead and you see, now that everything's kind of cleared off and cleaned away, you see these same kind of sigils carved on the door or on this bottom of this table. There's part of it that's obscured by the chest, though. If you could just move that chest out of the way, perhaps you could get the rest of what it says. If you want to make a occult
Curtis, please help me move this chest.
Yeah, you got it.
occult or archaeology to read it, and then a strength ×5 to a strength roll to move
But
the
does-
chest.
I'll go ahead and roll it.
While they're doing that, will first aid actually give you hit points back, or
One.
Yeah, just
one.
one.
can
Yeah.
I make a first aid roll? I see that. I
Yeah.
have it.
Yeah, if you critically fail, you have to take damage, but
You didn't critically fail. You
so yeah, it just didn't do anything.
just didn't help.
Hey.
Oh, but I can spend 9 luck points to make them.
Mhm.
Or you could just
You
kind of
could.
have a look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, if you want to have a look at it.
Strength. You made your strength. Okay, cool. Yep. You're able to you dig deep and you grab the handle of that chest and you drag it out of the way, and it reveals the rest of the inscription on the bottom of the table, but also probably the reason this chest was here. There's a small opening in the bottom corner of this doorway. It looks like the chest was kind of wedged into place to keep it sealed. It's probably just big enough for all of you to squeeze through it. You'd have to get down on your belly and hands and knees and kind of squeeze through it, but it's probably big enough for all of you to make it through there.
Well, it beats the tar out of hanging out in the foyer of any points up.
I agree.
Can Curtis do that first aid
What
roll
does it
before we
say?
By the way, Billy, just to draw attention, I made a first aid roll.
I see it. Yeah, I got you. So that
Yeah,
gives him one back. Yeah. You move the chest while she's reading the inscription. Y'all find the hole. You could do the first aid as they go through. Did you make
Holy
your
crap, that's a big splinter.
archaeology or occult?
Oh.
Oh, it's not
That's
hieroglyphs?
an extreme. Yeah. I'll give it to you because it's an extreme. You look at it and this looks to be some sort of a sigil sequence of sealing used to protect and ward against those who would rob the tomb.
Oh.
It's not something that you see on all of them, but it's more on the fringe religious groups and fringe pharaohs that would
Right.
do this. So
Is that something
kind of
that
a
you-
ward of protection, or to keep people out?
So they placed a curse on it.
Yes,
Oh.
I would imagine.
That's
Is that the
fine.
kind of roll that you could use occult on, or?
yeah, you could use a cult there too.
But I'm assuming she already got.
Yeah,
There
she
we go.
got pretty much everything you're going to get out of it.
All right. So we best shimmy through this hole.
If you don't believe in curses, then carry on.
I do not. I am a woman of science. I know you understand. Yes, let's carry on.
Wait, was there anything in that chest?
Just a few gold doubloons and,
Okay.
just small, no real treasure. The chest itself seemed to be the treasure.
Well, I'll pocket some of those doubloons.
Okay. Yeah, you get maybe,
for
Oh,
Really?
yes, Egyptian doubloons.
yeah, maybe there's
posterity's sake.
a dozen of them that you were able to scoop out of there. It's not like full, like, Scrooge McDuck full, but there's a handful of beads and doubloons and things.
Yeah, I don't want to fill my pocket up. I just want like maybe two of them.
Okay.
Do
Yeah.
the doubloons have anything written on them?
Just the image of the pharaoh that you see here drawn.
In Pharaoh we trust.
Yes.
All
exactly.
right.
And I take it y'all are going to try to just slide through here to this next chamber. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually, as we're moving forward, it's like, listen, y'all don't believe in curses or anything like that, but it does seem a little disrespectful to be taking something from the guy's grave. But that's what we're here to do, I suppose.
He doesn't care, obviously.
Yes, he doesn't believe in an afterlife. Remember?
Don't worry about it. This is for science, you understand. It's
No.
for the greater knowledge, the greater good.
I mean,
Ooh, what do we have here?
As you get into this chamber, you strike your light, and your first torch has gone. Your first candle has gone out by now. By the way, probably as you came through, it had to be put out, or it would have burned you. It's almost a nub anyway. The light reflects off of gold, off of treasures and tapestries, vases, sealed jars all along this wall, and it reflects around the room, giving glints and hints of various other treasures.
Maybe this is a tomb not to enshrine or give laud to that pharaoh, but a punishment to that pharaoh.
I was thinking maybe like some kind of like appeasement to keep his like angry spirit, or whatever.
I mean, this is the opposite of what this pharaoh wanted.
Yes, if he was your sworn enemy, it might make sense to bury him in such a fashion.
I'm looking around at the walls. It's like that's some very expensive looking spite.
No.
Because I don't know if you guys have noticed this place, but this is the kind of thing that
I would imagine that it's the pharaoh's wealth.
I think this is.
They just buried him with it.
This is your pay dirt, is what this is.
And
oh yes, pay dirt it is. It's fantastic.
Indeed.
I can't wait to write all this down.
As you're kind of going through this room, it is literally filled to the brim. I'll go ahead and reveal most of it. I'm gonna just assume that you guys kind of walk around the perimeter of this room, investigating it, just looking to see exactly what's here.
Okay, so we're deeper in.
Oh,
There seems to
boat.
be, there's a boat.
We're saved.
All kinds of stuff. There's seems to be two other entrances or exits out of this area, one on the north wall, one on the east wall. Also, it is literally filled to the brim, right, with stacks of treasures, a couch, chairs, tables, stone tablets, statuettes, musical instruments, tapestries, vases, jars that contain food, remnants, spices, grain. There are bowls, ostrich feather fans, chests filled with all sorts of jewelry and trinkets left open, and combs. There is even a chariot made of gold that stands in the northwest corner of this room, and a rowboat.
I don't know. I'm kind of convinced. What better way to make up for a population, to make up for a hated leader who goes against his culture, than to bury him in the traditional way?
Yes, other than the writing on the wall, everything looks fairly status quo to me. Dr. Merriam, by chance, do you recognize any of these pottery as pots that may contain alcohol or lamp oil?
I'm gonna take a look.
Yeah, you can make a archaeology roll to see what they look like, see what they are.
Bet I won't. Hey, I actually passed an archaeology roll for once.
Hey!
Will a hard give?
Yeah, a hard will give you a little more.
Okay, I'll spend the 2 luck to have a hard success.
Yeah. So none of the pots or vases or tapestries or actually anything in this room resembles nothing to any known period of Egyptian history that you're familiar with. Nothing in this room looks period. It's all out of time, out of place, from varying different time periods.
So it's basically like if somebody were to put together their idea of what an Egyptian, burial tomb would look like without actually knowing much. So
right, there's a Native American rowboat. There's a Roman chariot. There are Aztecian things, but none of it is Egyptian.
Atlanteans.
Is it all death related? Like, could he have been collecting other people's traditional death
Totems.
stuff? Yeah, thank you.
I don't know, but this is very odd. None of this stuff should be here.
What do you mean? I mean, obviously, that's he actually kind of motions over to the chariot and he says, yeah, how do you think the Krauts would have reacted right in a battle on that?
Yeah.
To the east, I saw somebody pinging it there. That is a huge stone slab that blocks an archway to what is probably another chamber.
All right, so it is still in place then.
Yes, this huge
Okay.
stone slab is blocking an archway
All
here.
right. Because I'm looking at these two pathways, and it looks like someone's already been through there. So
Yeah, I'm gonna. That's pretty wild. You said so. What do you when you say that this stuff shouldn't be here? What do you mean?
Well, I mean that these are items from all across the world and all different time periods. There are things here from the Native American, like Cherokee Indians. There are things here from the Aztecs. There are things here from ancient Rome and Mesopotamia. None of this stuff belongs here.
Is it all like from the same time period before? I mean,
No,
after?
hundreds of years apart.
it's quite anachronistic.
That's
Is
I don't really
anything-
want to think too hard about that.
Anything in here from a time after the pharaoh?
That's is that something your character is asking out loud?
Yes.
And he's just like, no way, that's impossible.
Perhaps
is
a
there-
bottle of gin.
What is the
no.
newest thing in this?
Probably one of the tapestries, but it's of Rome. It's one of the newest things, but it's like
Well, that
Not-
could be
It's not like-
contemporary.
Yeah, it's not like we're finding something that was made 2 years ago,
right.
Right.
right? So-
But it
Or
could
even
be
100 years ago. But if it's contemporary and before, then he could have been a collector and well traveled at that. But very odd to go overseas.
Very odd indeed.
But not unknown.
No. Trade was a thing. You know that. Lord Henshaw can make me an appraisal, or anybody can actually, if you want to make an appraisal roll, if you have it. To just look at some of these stone tablets here, the gold items, the stone tablets, etc.
I gotta step away for like 2 seconds. I'll be
Okay.
right back. Please continue. I'll be able to hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a success there on my appraise.
These would sell for a very high price to the right buyer. To a private collection, these would fetch a hefty sum. And then as you're all kind of split up and searching around this room, you can all make spot hiddens for me as well.
Not that in. You spot it.
Nope.
Oh,
We'll see if Curtis sees it as well. But you do notice that on a success, you know some of these items that are actually broken now. It looks as if someone or something came through here very quickly with very little regard to this room and what it stands for. Things are toppled over, out of place.
like there was a brawl or a chase or
Maybe like a chase.
Are there any signs in the dirt, in the dust on the floor? Of...
I'll pass that along.
No,
sorry.
it just things are broken, tossed about. Can't really tell which direction, other than maybe this northern passageway. Maybe somebody has been through here recently. It does appear. That
I
you're
mean, is
looking.
it open or is it closed?
It's that passageway is open.
But this one is closed by that block.
Yes, it's blocking a large archway. The northern passage, however, is that's the other one.
Well, I
We're gonna
say
find-
let's have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I'm absolutely gobsmacked by all of this as well, but I also have a sense of a desire to live to see my next birthday. If we die
Of
in
course.
here, if we die in here, then
Well, if I
None
die
of
in here,
this- none of this, including ourselves, will see the light of day again. So
And then that would
Well.
mean that our careers would die here with us. Of course, we must
I
make it
don't think
out.
anyone wants to die in here.
Yeah.
Do you go
I'm
in
gonna
with
recommend that we-
a light source?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, who is
Oh,
in charge of the candle?
well, everybody had their own. Is there anything in this room that looks relatively like unimportant that could also catch fire really easily?
Oh yeah.
I'm looking to make an improvised torch.
Yeah, there's some
That tapestry.
tapestries. There's some
Light it
cloth that's wrapped around things. Yeah, there's maybe some old staves or something you could use as a torch. Wooden.
Yeah, I'm looking for the cheapest, crappiest stuff that I can to make a torch out of.
Oh, goodness, Roland, are you seeing this?
Does that gator statue person thingy actually have a weapon that, like, you can use to make a torch out of?
You gonna go over there and investigate that statue person thingy?
Yes.
All right.
I'm just wondering if it does look like it looks in the drawing.
Kind of, but upon a closer look, you see that those two statues are actually, well, they're mummies, impaled on these long spears to hold them upright, as if it wasn't gruesome enough. Their heads have been replaced with one a crocodile and the other of a jackal.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a sanity roll.
Good God, come see this as I roll sanity.
Hey, everybody, come look at this shit.
Nope. Well, that's not normal. Oh my goodness.
So
But
disquieting.
So go ahead and
Now
take
this-
one on a fail.
But this does
Ooh.
make sense.
Lord Roland Henshaw, you are not really surprised by this at all. You've seen this kind of thing in museums before. Some of the rarer tomb guards, if you will, they would sometimes mummify men to guard tombs, and they would make them look very scary by putting animal heads on the mummies. For you, this is not. Now, it's a rare thing. It's not common knowledge, so that's why you are not shaken by this at all.
Is it actually carrying something? Is it actually holding
No,
something?
what looks like a weapon is actually just the spear going through it. It's affixed into the ground, and the spear's coming out where it's kind of looks like it's holding a weapon.
Okay.
Oh, wait, nope, I'm sorry. I didn't read the next paragraph yet. Both of them are holding weapons. The crocodile-headed man holds a bronze Egyptian battle axe, and the jackal-headed man holds a sickle-like sword, a khopesh. Both weapons look like they're in relatively decent condition, a little tarnished with age, but you think you could probably use it.
Yes. This may come in handy if we need some leverage on something. I'll respectfully grab it.
This stone slab that's out here is actually in that opening.
I got you.
And it looks about as thick and heavy as the main one out front that took a team of horses to move.
Well, I'll with the little bronze axe or I'm more, is it wrapped in linens as well?
The axe?
No, the
Slab.
mummies.
The mummies, yeah, they are traditional mummified.
I'm debating whether to take the lens. Well, I already stole its freaking axe, so why not?
whatever y'all are looking at, you should come look at this wall.
Yes, I'm coming. I'm quite afraid of absolute darkness, and when these candles run out.
Yeah. So I've made a torch for myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna, Dr. Dumas, what do you have to show us?
I don't know for sure.
Give me just a second. Let me send this to Jesse in a This is the damage for that weapon, Jesse. Just so you can copy and paste it into your character sheet for the axe. And you head into this other room. Compared to the room you just left, this room is modestly filled with religious artifacts. The walls are lined about 3 inches with high funerary cones made from clay, and the southern and northern walls are 2 large murals, while the eastern wall is a shrine on which stands an inverted 5-foot-tall golden ankh.
Inverted Ankh.
Yes.
Why is that thing upside down?
Ankh. It's standing on its head.
So
Yeah, Curtis actually just walks in.
not
and he's like, "Why is that thing
everlasting life, but everlasting death.
Hundreds. Let's see.
Was he looking for some kind of immortality?
What is that?
As you get closer, the light shines and you see what looked like hundreds of golden tendrils reaching out from this symbol. They're motionless, but they, as you move your torches around, they give the impression that they're moving. Quite unsettling to look at. Go ahead and make a sanity roll on that. Well, that'll be a 1. Not phased. The professor is
Not.
like,
This is not normal artisanship. This is something else entirely.
This is why is that thing upside down?
Go ahead and make a take
Everlasting
1 on a
death.
failure, by the way.
But are those tentacles on the wall too, on that tapestry or wall painting or whatever it is?
They look like they're moving.
Yeah, it kind of looks like they are.
Sure, that's just a trick of the shadow, but that is really unsettling.
Go ahead and, since you passed your sanity roll, go ahead and make a history, language, hieroglyphs, or occult roll for the Ankh for me. Also
History,
use
what?
Either
Hieroglyphs?
history, hieroglyphs, or occult. Oh, nice. Hard success. Awesome. On a hard, then, you know that, yes, the inverted Ankh is for everlasting death, but you also realize that the inverted aspect and the reaching tentacles added to it speak of willful desecration and malign intent. This is not something that is nice. And you notice that a large mat lies at the shrine's base, on which sprawls a human skeleton clothed in decaying tatters. Beside the corpse is a satchel and a small sack as well.
Is he just lying dead or is he prostrate or?
Is he in a worship position?
Kind of just looks like he's
That's what I just said.
kind of laying there, sprawled
noticed what
out.
you
You
just said.
can't tell. Maybe he's been moved. Maybe the skeleton's been moved. Maybe it doesn't look natural the way he's laying.
Hmm.
I'm gonna come closer. Oh, good heavens, this is a lot more disturbing than other tombs we've been in, but I think I should take a closer look at that.
No, that's all you. I'm not getting anywhere near that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make an archaeology roll as you get closer to the skeleton.
I didn't think I don't know. This looks awfully like, maybe I'm just being maybe I'm just showing my ignorance here, but this looks an awful lot like a human sacrifice thing based on what you guys are saying and what we're seeing here.
Why can I not pass my best skill? I just want to know, roll 20, why are most of my rolls above 90?
Maybe you need to log
I
out
can't
and log
even-
back in.
I can't even spend luck to make that work.
Nope.
So no, I'm just so just taken aback by all of this that I it's not right, it's wrong, and I'm shaken by it.
First aid or medicine? Also, I'll give you a chance. If anybody wants to roll that as they're investigating this skeleton. The shrine also holds like countless pieces of ancient incense in small little compartments honeycombed throughout its base. Nearly 100 tiny statues of men stand around the base of the shrine as well.
Interesting.
Tiny little man.
Tiny little statues of tiny little men, yes.
If somebody calls him over to look at the body, he will, but it's not something that he would do unless he's asked to.
I say, Curtis, what do you make of this?
Oh, don't make me go over there.
I'll pay you double.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
It's just.
Well, no, I mean, I wouldn't ask you to do something if you were squeamish about it. No.
I wouldn't say that I'm squeamish about it. I'm just a little shaken, and this is all starting to feel really, really, really weird.
Yes.
Very much so.
To put it bluntly, I'm quite uncomfortable at the moment. But let's have a look. Why not? So he goes in there and he starts very carefully examining, making sure not to make any physical contact with it.
Okay.
And rolls first aid here, see if you can find anything. Actually, I have another idea. Instead of first aid, let me actually check something real quick.
I got a question. That painting, I know you discussed that painting a little bit, but is that like the Valley of the Kings being flooded?
That's what I was thinking. And look, the city, there's like octopus tentacles coming out of the city.
Yes, and look, there's the Great Pyramid. However, I don't see Sphinx or the other pyramids.
There's something on top of that pyramid too.
Really?
So I'm actually gonna make 2 checks here, if that's okay with you, Billy.
Yeah, what are we doing?
It is.
I'm gonna do first aid, but I'm also gonna roll brawl as a knowledge thing to see if maybe there is any violence committed to the body.
Okay, I'll allow it. Sure, that's creative. I like that.
Let him have it.
Let him have it.
I gotta go.
I miss that commercial so much.
God damn it.
So you're not sure about that.
Take it back.
I don't see shit.
Yeah,
he's dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim. Damn it, Jim. I'm a soldier, not a doctor.
Okay.
I told you it's so disconcerting.
You do kind of trap.
Yeah, his unwillingness to go over there and really interact with that is really kind of starting to show. Like, you can tell he's not looking super closely at it, and he's kind of like making sure he doesn't budge it or anything like that. And he's just like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of rolling with my sacrifice theory here. It's weird enough in here with all the shit that doesn't belong here, and this clearly doesn't belong anywhere.
Can I make an occult roll to see if I can read this scene a little better from an occult point of view?
Yeah. The one on this north wall.
No, I was talking about like the body and stuff.
Oh, the body.
I am standing by the wall. I'm just
archaeology, first aid, or medicine are the 3 that it gives.
Like it's not in some kind like
occult will tell you more about the shrine.
Yeah,
occult would tell you more about the shrine itself. So
I can try some first aid.
I mean,
if I still suck. Down. I still suck. Never mind.
It's an upside down ankh, right? So
yeah, but you also know with that, the tiny little figures are known as shabati, small funerary statuettes intended to act as slaves in the afterlife.
Here's he tripped on those little figures and died.
On the Lilliputans.
Because I don't know.
As you're backing up, kind of stepping back, Curtis, from the body, as you're like, totally squicked out, you trip over the satchel that he had next to him, and kind of stumble backwards a bit. It jingles as if there's some coins in it, but also it has a bit of a thud to it. It's pretty solid.
Stepping on a dead man's sack.
With all due respect, my lord, shut the fuck
up. It's all dried up
to
anyway.
Be lewd, Roland.
Just a little humor from the war. Just a little humor from the war.
So go ahead and roll. You wanted
We're
to
laughing, I'd be
inspect that
crying.
mural a little bit more?
Yeah, I'll go inspect it a little more.
Okay.
I
I'm
have
gonna
been
mention- I'm gonna
inspecting it
mention that-
Oh,
the entire
well,
time.
yeah.
Just
I am going to
saying.
mention the satchel and say something heavy in there. If anybody wants to look at that, I'm going to go back outside the room and stare at that slab that's blocking the entrance for a bit.
I'll check the sack while they're looking at the painting on the wall.
All right. We'll do the painting first.
Satchel.
Yes, we'll do the painting first. So, language hieroglyphs. Let's see. Yes. Oh, wait, that's for the southern wall. Hold on. You're on the northern wall first. It depicts a sickening scene similar to what you've already described. A Egyptian city being attacked by an army of look like horrific beings. There are two notable types of creature: those with the bodies of men and heads of animals who wield various weapons, and those with the bodies of animals and the heads of men. If you've got Cthulhu Mythos, I'll give you a roll.
I saw it. Nope. 0.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. It's very odd. Also, black tendrils kind of burst from the ground, reaching up into the sky. Tearing the city and its occupants, but just basically ripping it apart. Some of the creatures seem to be eating the dead that have been laid out on tables, while others frolic in the chaos. A pharaoh robed entirely in black is depicted with an impossibly dark face, seated atop the pyramid, right over kind of to your right there. You kind of see that black squiggly line on top of the pyramid.
Right.
Wrong button.
I was wondering about that.
Seated atop a pyramid-like throne borne by hybrid monsters. He's being carried through the horrific scene, and the two of you can make me a sanity roll after studying this.
Wonderful.
For so long.
Nope, because I can't roll below a 90.
You should log out, log back in. You really should reset your die roller. Go ahead and take a 1d3. So it's r/1d3. As this scene unfolds in front of you, it's just horrific and unreal.
Oh, I'm going to be so insane before too long. I didn't start with great sanity. Okay.
Nice. All right. And so...
Nope. Didn't do that right. Let's try this.
Yeah, it's /R.
Or /R.
space.
Yeah, sorry. /R space 1d3.
Yeah.
And then let me know what that looks like as this hits you and you're like, oh crap, you know, what happens? What's your reaction to this?
So, as I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing this unfold, I've run across stories where, you know, there were horrible evil beings who did horrible evil things, and how that was, you know, portrayed in other areas of the world, but it's not standard in Egypt, and this is not something that I should be seeing here. So I'm starting to have this forbidding sense of dread set in that just says, this is wrong, and you're trapped here. So I'm starting to feel a little bit antsy because I'm trapped, and I'm starting to want to find a way out more than figure out what's here.
Okay.
Agreed.
What was your
Yeah, if she's
original
if she's
sand? Okay, 40. So you've lost 4. Okay.
No, I've lost 6.
You've lost 6. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know when you hit 8 sand loss.
8 sand loss? Okay.
Yeah. Cumulative.
I'm not far.
yeah, if you're saying any of that out loud, you'd hear Curtis just you'd kind of yell from the next room. Finally, you're thinking like me.
And
You really need to get out of here.
what's it like for the professor? What is your...
Yes, I agree. These are things that we aren't meant to understand or know. I have a bad feeling about this.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
This does not belong here.
And
I say
what's
we
your loss?
leave.
You've only lost
5.
5? Okay.
5.
You're doing all right, so still. The satchel, and I'll come back to you as you turn away from this, and the other wall hits you with an equally disturbing scene. We'll turn to Lord, to the Lord, and his searching of the satchel. Sorry, I was changing tracks. The satchel contains a journal, a stick of dynamite, a
I found a candle.
canteen with about half full of water, a passport. It looks like Germany. Yeah, maybe this is a German passport.
Oh,
Well,
I can
does it have
tell.
the German flag on it?
Well, you open it up and you recognize you were in the Great War. You recognize the language. You can kind of read it. The passport belongs to a one Saskia Craner. Looks like birth date is August 2nd, 1880, city Berlin. And there's also a trowel. So a trowel, canteen with some really stale water. You wouldn't dare drink it. This is a metal canteen. A German passport, a stick of dynamite, a leather-bound journal, also written in German. A journal
do you
written
mention
in
any
German.
of that?
Yes, and I believe we have a Can you read this, Dumas?
I can
give you
very
the
much
passport.
read German.
And we also appear.
It's like a
I'm-
second language to me.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is a journal as well. So
And watch me fail it miserably.
Ah, a success.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Oh, anything to
Woohoo.
get the images of that city being attacked out of my mind.
sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Ah,
So
no,
in
wait.
the the journal deciphers. It's a leather-bound journal. There are entries dated from 1910 to 1916, describing Saskia Karner's time as an anthropologist. It outlines his trip to Egypt and his attempts to unearth ancient Egyptian artifacts.
Dr. Justice, do you know Sasha Karner?
Would I know a Sasha Karner?
I don't believe,
No.
unless it says so.
No, I've never heard of her before. Or him.
I think it's a him, yes.
Him.
It's hard to tell with no skin on the body.
He is an anthropologist, right?
Well,
Yes.
it's a him. He was carrying a sack.
Okay.
The
The
ribald
journal-
humor is exhausting, Roland.
The journal goes on and writes about his English companion, an archaeologist named Dr. Gerald Sutton.
You know Gerald Sutton?
You may have heard the
No.
name, but you don't know him.
Do you want me to read these out?
Yeah, if you want to read those, you can.
Okay.
Are they in German? Are they?
No, they're in English. Oh, well, then maybe you should be the one reading them for role-playing reasons.
Yeah, they're written in German in the journal, so
But you can go ahead and read them because I'm half blind apparently. For
Okay.
glasses. There we go. I just have to move my prescription up a little bit.
All right. So, 7th August, 1916. Word has reached us of fierce fighting north, close to the Suez Canal. Our men are scared enough as it is without the fear of being killed in any crossfire. Their superstitious beliefs here delayed the dig more than once, and I do not care for any further stoppages. We dig tirelessly through the loose sand and rock, but we are close. 3rd September 1916. Today was glorious. We have found the entrance. Removing the doorway was difficult, but we created a pulley system that allowed us entry. More work greets us inside. Limestone chips have clogged the entirety of the tunnel. I've halted the removal of the stones until I have surveyed the structure and documented what we have learned thus far. Sutton thinks my meticulous records are unnecessary and time-consuming. 1 December 1916. Finally, the tunnel is almost clear. Some of the workers have taken a great interest in the damaged hieroglyphs in the passageway. Today we remove the last of the stone chips and explore. The stonework looks unstable. It may be too risky to use the explosives. 3rd December 1916. Sutton is dead. The local labor attacked us and broke his neck when he refused to be forced inside the tomb. Beware the children of the Sphinx. I plan on waiting a couple of hours in the hope that they will have gone. I'll gather some of the jewelry and then make my escape. This place will not be my tomb. I hear noises. Something else is here with me.
Well, that's foreboding.
As I had suspected. It was
You
no
know
accident.
of the...
No, it was no accident. Our workers sealed us in here.
You know the children of the Sphinx?
I don't know. I'll look up to the...
Do you have a mythos, Cthulhu mythos?
No.
No, I don't think any of us will.
Nope. Okay. Probably not then.
Well,
I care not for this. It sounds like a strange death cult.
Yes. Perhaps we should expedite getting a way out of here so we don't end up like this poor soul.
I agree.
But
Heartily.
And as you all,
What was he? What did he hear? What? Surely it couldn't be these little statues that attacked him.
now you're just playing.
and you see the mural on the south wall in front of you now as you've kind of finished reading and you've looked around and getting ready to head out. And this mural on the south wall catches your attention. It's a large painting of a smiling black-robed pharaoh. He's holding an oversized set of scales on which a heart is being weighed against the platter of dead animals. A kneeling figure with the head of a wolf has a chest wound that's being stretched open by two small men. You glance and look at the shrine and back at the mural, and you realize that those are the same type of men that are carved in the shrine. The little figurines, they're the men holding that wound open.
Oh, I have an even worse feeling about this.
You can make an occult, history, or archaeology roll as we're going through this as well.
All of us are just...
Yeah, anybody who's looking at this can make that, yeah.
Failure!
Hey, I finally succeeded in archaeology roll. A hard
Nice.
success.
You
Nice.
Finally.
succeeded your one skill.
So,
Ew.
yeah, good
An
job.
occult.
And
Yeah.
an occult. The two of you identify that this kneeling dog-headed figure may very well be a representation of the Egyptian god Anubis or Set, perhaps. And it shares a scene similar to that of the weighing of the heart ceremony, where the gods judged if a person could enter into the afterlife.
Yes, but that's supposed to be against a feather, not animals. Awful.
And Dr. Miriam, you believe the deceased animals on the scale are representations of other powerful Egyptian gods. You look a little closer and yeah, they do resemble many of the other Egyptian gods. Perhaps this is an image that's some form of ceremonial perversion or desecration.
This would be quite the blasphemy for these people.
Yes.
This is the standard pantheon of gods, and it's showing them as dead and defiled.
And go ahead and make a Egyptian hieroglyphs roll, as there's writing that seems to be on this mural as well. Nice.
I'm going to go join Curtis.
Okay.
I'm getting antsy now. I'm getting like, oh wow.
The trial has been passed. Forever they shall be tied to this earth through their faithful beating heart, strong of body, awaiting the return of their master. That's what it reads.
I'll pass that along, but
Curtis, while that's going on, and before Lord Ravenshaw, whatever his name is, shows up, you've been investigating this sealed stone for quite a while, looking at seeing how you might be able to move it. And make me a listen roll.
Oof. Yeah, not shocking.
If you didn't know better, you could swear there's some thumping on the other side of this. Maybe it's just an echo of when you hit it, but the timing's way off.
Hey, maybe there's somebody actually trying to come and rescue us after all. I hear something on the other side of this door.
Then you hear a sliding, scraping sound, and loud, heavy clang, as if something very heavy and metallic hit a stone floor.
Right. And with that, I'm actually going to back up.
And that's about the time the Lord shows up, and you kind of back into him as he's right behind you.
Yeah, I'm actually going to flip around real quick with my knife drawn and be like, holy! You scared the shit out of me.
I am terribly sorry, Curtis. It seems that our situation may be getting more dire. What is you? What?
Listen.
Got you on such an edge, Curtis?
Listen.
All right.
Make a listen roll.
Because listen is under languages, I speak listen.
Aha! And you hear...
I'm fluent in listen.
You are quite fluent in listen. You hear there are some noises coming from behind that sealed doorway for sure. It sounds like thudding footsteps, maybe? You can still hear the echoing of the metallic clang, and a giant thud on that door. It actually shakes just a little bit as it starts to slide out into the antechamber where you and Curtis are standing.
This must be what our friend. This must be what our dead friend heard. If this is what he heard, then we are in trouble, Curtis.
And with that, I'm going to gun in one hand, knife in the other, and I'll be like, here we go.
I'm actually going to look around for something to set on fire. I do not want to be fighting with a candle in my hand.
The statues are wrapped in mummy cloth. There's tons of tapestries around. You can find a lot of stuff to catch on fire.
Great.
Okay,
Please don't create a flaming mummy.
Yeah,
Set everything on fire while we're trapped in here.
Yeah, that would just create a lot of smoke.
Yes.
But we do.
But I mean, I'm not there to.
One way or another.
Typical men have left us.
Do you not hear that clanging?
Yeah, I'll go over there. Let me go ahead. Yes, we're going to have to cut this short. Whatever it was that finished off our friend here may be about to finish us off right now.
What?
Oh crap!
What are you talking about?
Something is coming.
Something.
Yeah,
What?
In here.
You hear Curtis yell from the other room. The slab is moving.
Yep. Go ahead and position yourself, cursor. You're gonna stay there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the slab is gonna slide out towards you, and okay.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna try to knock the mummy down onto the floor in front of the slab.
Okay. It's stuck. Make me a strength roll. See if you can push it over. It's stuck into the ground pretty good.
Okay, 1 second. I gotta pull my sheet back up here. Ah, shit. I closed the side panel. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, you're able to knock it over. It lands and kind of breaks into pieces in front of the...
Yeah, at this point, I'm freaked out, and he's just like, don't want to risk that thing getting up and moving.
I know what. If I can do this, I don't know much time. I'm going to run over to our friend here and say, sorry, old boy, but I need to borrow this and pop his femur bone.
Okay.
And start wrapping it up in linen.
As you're wrapping it, you notice there are small animal-like teeth marks on the bones.
Rats. Why'd it have to be rats? Wait a minute.
Perhaps.
Little teeth? Little people? Little teeth? Little people?
With all due respect, move on.
All right. So now
I'll grab the other femur and toss it to someone. Here, wrap it in linen.
Make it torch. Right, and as it's just about the time you get it wrapped, that mummy goes down and it gets crushed by this stone slab as it slides forward, and you hear the most horrific howling sound. You smell the worst smell of almost spoiled formaldehyde, or maybe it's just rotting flesh. You can't really tell at this point, but the smell wafts out of this, and the next yes, and the next moment you feel the ground shake as the thuds of this footsteps start coming out of this room, and this ginormous creature makes its way into the room. And I'm gonna need everybody to make a sanity roll as it does.
Odd success.
No, I failed.
Oh no.
All right.
One didn't go through. Come on. Okay. Damn it.
All right.
All right. I'll just double check something right here real quick.
Mon Dieu.
On a pass, take 1. On a fail, I need a d6.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Yep.
Hey.
I didn't actually intend to roll that. That's an intelligence roll.
That's okay.
1.
4.
Oof.
Oof. Indeed, that puts you at a total of 9. And so we had 1, 2, 3. All right. Cool. This thing is ginormous. It is huge. It's
big.
It looks like a huge muscular man draped in decaying linen. Its skin is slick with pus and bile which pours out through large open sores. Its head is that of an African golden wolf whose eyes glow red with burning and maddening hatred for all life. It looks like it could either move standing on 2 feet or on all fours, sniffing the air and growling, panting, and you hear this or feel this just stench wave over you, and he lets out a horrific roar.
Yeah. Curtis is responding to this very cover your ears, he says, and I'm gonna start blasting.
All right. For those of you who had a sand loss, what's your reaction to who failed your sand rolls? What's your reaction to seeing this creature before we get into actual fight?
Just like, no, 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 no.
Happening.
Yeah, this thing,
No.
I get very quiet and I just start to sneak back into this room, back in here, to hide from it.
Okay, so you're gonna go and try to hide. So
Yeah.
make me a stealth roll.
Oh, that's not gonna go super.
You never know. And you have luck.
It's true. Come on, what are you doing? Oh, because I have edit mode on it. Okay. Stealth. Nope.
Nope. you
Big
lay
nope.
down behind the skeleton and it provides you no cover. And let's see. All right, Lindsay, this is where I'm going to need your help. It's initiative is based off of Dex, correct?
Yes.
That's what I thought. So, if everybody could give me their Dexes.
60.
45.
65.
Curtis, 65.
50.
All right, Miriam, 50. Professor, you said 45?
Yes.
It's 45. All right, and
I got the 60.
all right. Go ahead. Curtis, you're first up. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh well, guns are surprisingly not very lethal.
Yeah, not as lethal as Delta Green, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, shit. All right, so quick primer on combat is a pretty straightforward roll versus roll, yeah?
Yeah. You can either dodge, or wait, hold on. Yes. So you can initiate an attack, flee, or maneuver, at which point the defender can either dodge, fight back, or maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's opposed rules.
And that's assuming that you succeed in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what you're trying to do, but...
Yeah, so you declare your action, then I would declare whether I'm going to dodge, fight back, or maneuver, and then we roll.
Well, I mean,
Right.
if he says, I'm going to shoot at it, he could go ahead and roll the firearms, and then if it hits,
Then I can dodge.
then there's the reaction there with the dodging, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so another thing that I see is attacks 1 and then in parentheses 3. What does that mean?
Let me look at your sheet. I think I know what that means. It's
Probably like a rate of fire for a pistol.
What is it next to?
It's
32
under
revolver?
attacks. Yeah, it's 32 revolver.
Yeah. So it's... That's what you're talking about, the 1-3?
Yeah.
Okay. What is that?
Yeah,
I'm not sure what...
that's-
Is that rate of fire? Or number
Which...
of...
Well, we've got the range, which is 15, and then we've got a damage of 1.
Well, what is attacks?
So the damage is 1d8.
Yeah, damage is 1d8, range 15, and then is that number of attacks?
Yeah, it's attacks
Per-
1 and then in parentheses 3.
Oh, yeah, you can shoot 3 times.
You could shoot
That's
3
what that
times.
means.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking unload on him.
All right. Boom, boom, boom. 3 shots.
Yep. Shit.
So, I'll go
One of
ahead.
them.
We'll
one
say
of them
you
hit
get
for
him
50.
once. I'm not gonna see. We'll say you get him once. Go ahead and roll your damage on that. 'Cause he's
It looks like it rolls it as part of the
Does
macro.
it? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
the damage on that one was 2, unfortunately.
2. Right on.
You could spend luck on one of the other ones.
Actually, I am going to do that.
Yeah, you could. Which
Yeah,
one?
I'm gonna spend the extra luck to get the one that did the full 8 damage.
Okay. So that's a total of 10 damage.
Yeah.
All right.
What's my luck here?
Let's
I'm
just
pressing
get
it.
hit
And that's
points.
going to be 11 ounce. That brings me
So
down
he's
to
gonna
21.
dodge one. He's gonna try to dodge one of these,
Right.
and he fails. Crit fail.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That's
So
crit fail.
he's wedged in this. He can't get out of the way. So yeah, you do a nice 10 damage to him. That sucks for me. Good for you. Who's next? That would be the Lord. Are you gonna? You could do anything else. That was all I think you could do anyway.
He's hiding away in the other room.
Lord
No,
Roland.
I'm gonna run in.
Torch
I don't know
blazing.
how far I can move, but I'll stop right there and I'm like,
Holy shit.
remember the Western fought in Belgium, Curtis.
Never seen a Belgian that looks like this.
All right. What you
Okay,
doing?
I guess I'll go to swing it.
Oh,
Swinging the axe.
Yes.
swing.
Can I move to like right here? Or should I go?
Yeah, you can
around?
move there because that mummy's laying on the ground now.
A silly mummy.
Yeah, I
You
pushed
know,
it.
kind of
forward
got
into
him
the fucking
trapped in the corner here. You've got
Silly
his
old
dog
mummy.
backed into a corner. Oh, nice.
Whoop, whoop,
Nice.
whoop, whoop.
5 damage. And as you hit him with the axe, a blister of pus erupts all over you.
Ooh.
Ugh.
You split open another wound on him, and it just spits out this viscous liquid. He howls in pain and lets out just an ear-piercing roar.
I already can't hear shit from firing a fucking 38.
It echoes through the whole chamber, and you hear the chamber starts to vibrate, and you can hear the crumbling of rocks in the other hallway. Go ahead and Miriam, it's your turn.
All right. Is there anything in this room that I could use as a weapon?
A bone, maybe the ankh, the stick of dynamite. If Lord did not take it out of the satchel.
I am most definitely going
The
to take
trowel.
the stick of dynamite.
No,
I have my
the
own
satchel.
trowel.
I
Oh,
have
you
the
do?
satchel, yeah.
Okay. All right, then that's not in there. So okay, so I'm gonna come into this room. I wish I could remember how movement worked. It's been a long time since I've done a
Yeah.
fight in Call of Cthulhu. Probably not the best time to try to remember the rules. Okay, so I'm gonna move into this room. I still have my improvised torch. And I am going to... I don't want to get too close to it. But
Yeah, it's pretty nasty looking.
I think I'm going to anyway. I'm going to step closer. Can I come around this side? Or is it like covered in
It's
junk?
pretty tight. It's pretty tight.
Okay. Well, if I was standing here, kind of behind this pillar, could I... How far is that? A meter, you said?
Yep, three-ish feet.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to hit it with my torch.
Okay. Improvised weapon.
Yes. Well, that's not technically unarmed. I don't know how we want to count the damage on that, though.
What's unarmed is what? D2? Or
D3.
D3. Well, we'll give it a
Yeah.
D4 because it's a bone torch, right? So it's
Yeah.
kind of like a club.
Okay, well, I'll roll it here. And it doesn't matter what I rolled anyway, because it's a fail.
Yep. All
Okay.
right. You swing wildly with the fire, and he pulls back from it. Next will be the professor.
Get it, guys. Now, given my track record, this week I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to look around for something to throw.
Plenty of stuff on the ground. Rocks,
Yep.
rubble, an
Grab
urn,
the-
whatever.
Sharpest, gnarliest looking rock I can find.
The cherry
throw
having
it.
spikes on it.
The ankh with the spikes coming out of it.
No,
I'm just
I'm
saying.
not going to get that.
Not touching that, huh?
No,
That other
no.
mummy has a sickle, right? A sickle-like weapon.
I
It's
ain't
a
gonna rub-
Kopesh.
I'm not going to run up there and get pus all over me. So I'm gonna throw this here rock and see.
See if you can hit me with it.
Yes.
You want to spend some luck?
No, I am buying that off. So
Yeah, that's a cheap victory there.
Yeah.
By the way, I forgot to mention this. Because there are a number of us fighting this thing at this point, we get to roll with advantage.
Which means, what, you get a plus 20?
Well, typically, if you were rolling with dice on the table, you would roll 2 tens dice and then take whichever one of the two was the best.
Oh. There's
make that
no
work.
toggle for that on here, though?
I don't know. Let me look.
I don't see one in the character sheet for
Yeah,
me.
I think it might be more sensible to just make the roll and then
So
Make the
another
roll twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with the first one.
Yeah, it's
and
been the
buy
luck.
that off. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then it's a rock, so it'll be a D2.
Alrighty.
Or what? Yeah, D3 is an improvised weapon, so we'll use a D3.
All right. Let me remember how to do that.
R slash R space 1D3.
D.
Just roll a d6 and divide it.
Nope, that didn't work. Oh, I didn't hit the slash.
Yeah, you gotta hit the
Yeah.
slash
Sorry.
first. That's all right.
Roll a d6 and split it.
Wonderful.
boom, pop.
Yeah, you ping him right between the eyes. You ping him right between the eyes. He shakes it off a little bit.
Nope. Did not mean to roll that.
That's okay.
Luck.
I do it all the time. It's fine.
That's okay. But now it's this creature's turn as he rears back, looking at Curtis, the greatest threat to his existence at the moment.
Let's go.
He is going to... Ooh, I didn't know he had that.
What are you gonna do? Blade on me?
He is going to grab that sword that is on the ground next, or on the mummy next to him, rip it off of the mummy, and where is the thingy? Where's the clicky?
Because
thing?
I don't
I'm in
want no
edit mode,
plus
no
on
wonder.
me.
Hey.
I'll let the bad guy get the sword.
You're standing right there. Don't tell me.
I got an axe
Where's
in my
the-
hand.
Where's his attack thingy? Can't find his attack thingy.
It's over there.
There it is.
Yep, right there.
That's an
Oh,
extreme
no.
success.
Oh no!
Oh no! Did you want to try to dodge that?
I mean, what are my options here?
Dodge, fight back, or maneuver. So move.
If I
right?
fight back,
Well,
can I unload the fucking rest of the ammo in my revolver on him?
But you won't get a turn next round.
so the way that this would work is that you would also have to roll. Okay, so that's a fight. The only way that you could beat this roll is if you rolled an extreme success on a dodge. That is the only way
Yeah.
he's not hitting you.
Otherwise, he still hits you, and you can
'Cause-
hit back. But
Yeah,
Well, you can't, because the fight back,
it's
the
contingent on the dodge.
well, no, because what happens is if you do fight back, and there is an equal level of success, then the aggressor gets it.
Oh, ties
Whereas
go to
if
the aggressor.
yeah,
Okay.
whereas if it's a flee, then or a dodge, then it goes to the defender. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Ooh, I don't like my odds one way or another here.
Yeah.
All right, so my options are.
I think you have a better chance of dodging.
At least it gives
I
you
don't.
some chance
Yeah, that's true.
rather than just taking it.
My dodge sucks. It doesn't really matter. Let's see here. Fuck it. Let's try and fail this real quick.
You can do it, Curtis.
Oh dang! Nope.
I mean,
Yeah, for
That's still
an
that's still a
extreme.
fail. Yeah.
Yeah, because
yeah,
you
you
do.
would need an extreme.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Extreme.
Alright, let's see what this fucking does to me.
6 damage on an extreme.
Oh,
success.
okay. That puts me into major wound territory.
Yeah.
But that's all he does this round. It'll be Curtis's turn.
Oh yeah. So
13.
yeah, at this point I'm thinking fight or flight. The adrenals have kicked in.
Make me a first aid or medicine roll real quick as you're looking at him.
That's a success.
He looks probably about as wounded as you do,
Or well, I mean,
or worse.
through the pustules.
The
He's
major
he's
wound.
got this this horrifying gash across his chest. I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like kind of on his knees. He puts the knife on the ground in front of his buddy. And then proceeds to basically try to two-hand the gun to take aim and stabilize himself as best he can, and he's gonna unload the rest of those fucking shots there.
The last 3 rounds. Pop, pop, pop.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'll have to roll the damage on that one. I will have to roll damage on all 3 of those.
Yes, it looks like you will. But they're 3 solid hits. Pow, pow, pow. 1, 2,
Okay.
9.
Yep.
Cool.
Well, and how do you do that roll with advantage, though? Because what? Or does it matter?
That's on the attack roll.
Okay.
But I succeeded, so it doesn't. I mean, I'm fine with that result. I'm not going to try to.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, you could try for more, but, you know.
I'm not going to waste everybody's time.
No,
Doing that
no
with
waste of time. So 9 damage, 3 more shots ring out, pow, pow, pow. And this thing lets out a blood curdling roar, and as it does, blood wells up through its mouth and sprays across the entire antechamber as it roars out a death roar, falling backwards into what would appear to be his burial chamber. As you have slain the beast.
Yeah, Curtis is at this point. He sees it go down. He's covered in its blood and various fucking infectious fluids and things like that.
Probably.
And he slumps down on the ground, on the wall behind him. You know, if there's any like thing that's on the floor there, it just clatters as he just kind of sits on it uncaringly.
I'll go to Curtis.
And he's going to instinctively, like he is on full autopilot now. His pupils, if you can see them at all, are dots. And he just starts fucking reloading.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
I'm going to go to Curtis. How bad are you, Curtis?
He looks at you and he kind of like Riley grins a little bit, and he's just like, I've taken worse, but not many. He looks down and he sees that, obviously he's taken more than fucking half his health and damage now. I mean, he's got a pretty sizable 13 hit point pool. I'm down to 5, by the way.
Well, there was no way that creature could stand against a soldier of the King's Empire.
Yeah, well,
you
notice that he's actually has like specifically a British make handgun, and he's just like British steel.
Yeah, and then I'll try to hit him with some first aid.
All right. You're patching him up.
So I think my first aid is okay.
Nice. Hard success. Nice.
Yeah, he's like, if you he like I don't have like a first aid kit, but like I've probably got some basic supplies, like some needle and thread for sutures and stuff like that. And he's just like, do you know how to suture a wound? And if your character doesn't, he will actually talk you through it as this is going on.
Well, I have a 30 in first aid.
Yeah, so you're good.
Professor and Dr. Miriam, you both saw something in the mural on the heart on the scales. And as you see this creature laying there, you see a jar in his kind of clothing of what might be clothing, these tattered and torn vestments that he's wearing, this jar inside, and you see it a little more, feel it, just the thump of a heartbeat.
And just as an additional detail, the knife that I put down is still kind of in front of me. So if either of you wanted to take that and do anything with it, now would be the time.
Remember what it said about heartbeats.
I'll grab the knife.
Yeah.
So where exactly is it?
There's this
not the knife, the
jar.
The boo-boo.
It's a jar. There's a canopic jar that it has kind of buried in its robes. You'll have to pull it apart, but the closer you get to it, the stronger you feel the thump.
Ew, and the step.
Yeah, you kick the lid off the jar, stabbing the knife into the heart. Another great roar can be felt but not heard, and the last dying gasps of this abomination of a creature are let out.
Ugh. Yeah.
Very good. And having slain this abomination, you now have found yourself able to minimize. Oh, that's why I won't minimize, because it's not maximized. You find yourselves staring into its burial chamber. Your torch is now burning bright, illuminating everything.
Wow.
I actually just realized something because I took a major wound. I just looked up how that should have resolved. I need to make a Constitution check. I'm not going to suggest that we rewind because that's corny, but also that's a very teacher. You forgot to give us the pop quiz.
Well, I will say this, that as a soldier, you would have just pushed through with the adrenaline. Now's the time to make that Constitution roll.
Yeah. Oh, God. Only hurts when I laugh.
It only hurts when you laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't pass out from the pain. He's cool. Yeah. The major wound, you're supposed to immediately take the con save. First you fall prone. Second, you take the con save to see if you pass out or not. So.
Hey, so I unintentionally did the fall prone thing.
Yeah. That's okay. We'll get through it, y'all.
we'll be okay. But yeah. So
Yeah, it's not a big
my
deal.
bad
It's
for
just...
not making that roll. When
That's
that
okay.
happened.
Well,
I'm-
none of us have played this in quite a while, so.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
go
so
through the
after-
moment with it, y'all. So just it'll be all
It's
right.
cool.
Yeah, and at that he's I only have 4 bullets. He pops open the revolver. 1, 2, 3, and then he reaches in his pocket for more, and he just goes, "Fuck!" Closes it, holsters it, looks at the thing, slowly stands up, and he doesn't say anything.
What the hell is it?
Yeah, it's
I don't particularly want to take a closer look at it, but I do think I'm going to go and take a look at where it was buried.
Yes.
Yeah, and you kind of have to squeeze by it as it's there on the.
And I'm trying really hard not to
Well,
look at it.
I
Yeah,
guess I was already kind of up there, killing its heart.
yeah, and as you squeeze by it, you can kind of see that it looks similar as to the pharaoh painting in the paintings, but different enough that it's not the pharaoh. It's something created by him, maybe. And as you get into the burial chamber, the sarcophagus almost fills the entire room. There are 7 outer shell casings that have been torn apart. Splintered remains lie strewn all across the floor. And the open sarcophagus made of gold. A pair of wooden oars stands in the far corner of the chamber.
Huh.
Those might have come in handy had you gotten in here before he got out of the thing.
What I missed it. What was in there?
The sarcophagus, a couple of wooden oars, some broken wooden pieces that were probably wrapped around the sarcophagus.
I was talking about what you said that would have been useful.
The oars.
Okay.
They could have been used as weapons, perhaps.
Paddle his ass all the way back
That's
to
right.
the afterlife.
I'll grab
y'all-
an oar.
Okay. Y'all investigating anything else in here other than it's pretty standard fare, but
No.
Yeah, I'm upset enough that I'm ready to just keep walking through here to this entryway right here.
all right.
I'm just ready to be done with this place.
Oh.
Let me out.
I'll open up my cigarette case and offer anyone a smoke as I pull one out.
Please, Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curtis says I shouldn't, but
I'm shaking.
yeah.
Cigarette
By
ashes
God.
were going everywhere.
By God, you all learned it.
This room appears to be a treasury of sorts. It's filled with all sorts of treasures, fragile artwork, sculptures, ceramics, small boats, and chariots made from gold. Even a model of an entire Egyptian city. Looks a lot like the one in the mural.
And every time we play Call of Cthulhu, I end up shooting something.
As you search this room, go ahead and anybody searching around can make me a spot hidden roll.
Okay.
Is the little city the same size as the little people?
No.
Bottled city of Candor.
No, I don't see anything. I'm
Whoa.
really upset by all of this.
So yeah,
Meanwhile, Jesse over here guiding his dude with the fucking Sword of Omens give me sight and
nice. You find you spot a stone chest kind of hidden from view, but it jumps out to you and if you approach, make a listen roll.
It's this fine Turkish tobacco, old boy.
Yeah, it's something.
I'd expect no less.
That's
I'm
the
going-
second boat I've seen. And we have oars. I'm getting worried.
I'm going to speak listen again.
No, you're
Oh
not.
no!
Uh,
I got my listen conjugations wrong.
You hear nothing. But when you get up to the chest, it's a nice stone jar.
Can I take a good look at it? Like
I'm
from
actually
an
going
art.
to go in and start smashing jars to see if there's hearts in them.
Yeah, you can do that.
I want to take a good look at it.
At the chest?
Yeah.
Sure. As you approach, you can make me a listen roll as well.
Okay.
Assuming that we are.
I'm going to spend the 2 luck to pass.
Okay. As you get closer, you hear a thumping sound coming from the chest.
There's something in there. There's something in there.
How big is this thing? The chest?
Not very big. It's probably 2 foot by 3 foot, maybe. Not a very big chest.
Right.
Is it wooden?
It's stone.
Okay.
Limestone specifically.
You said there's something in it. Something in it. Curtis responds to this like, what is it? What is it? And he's got his knife out, basically like he's got gun in left hand, knife in right hand, and the ice pick grip, just staring at the chest now.
I don't know. It might be a heart. It might be another one of those beating hearts in one of those jars.
Oh no!
I don't know. We need to figure it. We need to open it up and destroy it. Whatever it is, it has to be destroyed.
All right, I got the knife.
But does it sound like a heart?
Yes.
Yeah, you could kind of, now that she's pointed out the sounds, you hear it. Yeah, it kind of sounds like a heartbeat.
That's right. You have the knife. So I'm actually going to go into the previous room and see if I can find a suitably. No, fuck it. I'm going to go back and grab that golden sword.
Okay.
Out of the dead thing's hands.
Also, weren't those mummies were impaled on spears, right?
Correct.
I think I'm going to go grab one of those spears.
You've still got the axe, dude.
That's true.
Yes, but the spears are
I don't want to fuck around.
further away.
Whatever the fuck is in there, we need to make sure it gets dead as fast as possible.
Okay.
I tell you what, I'll grab both the spears and bring them in, and I'll toss them to the ladies.
Okay. I'm going to go to open this thing. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Curtis, are you ready?
All right.
He's got the Kopesh trained on it. Like, fuck, how do you does this thing? Yeah.
Make me a strength roll to open the chest.
No, never.
It's a big stone lid that's on this thing.
I'm totally not going to make that. Oh, I don't know. My strength's not terrible, actually.
Nope.
I'll spend 5 luck.
Sure, you spend the 5 luck. It takes you a minute, but you wrench the lid off of it, sliding this limestone lid across, and inside there are 5 canopic jars, each carved from limestone. 4 of them are topped with animal heads, and the 5th has a carved inverted ankh jutting up from its lid. The animal heads are a falcon, a crocodile, an ibis, and a wolf.
They're all getting stabbed.
Should we set it on fire? I want to set it on fire.
Stab it first.
Stab it first.
Then set on fire.
Anybody want to
smash them open on the floor, Doc?
make archaeology rolls here before you smash them, or just gonna smash them?
Wait.
I'll make an archaeology roll.
God gave me a sign. God says, make your rolls.
Actually, yeah, that's not gonna work too well. But...
Ooh, Lindsay, coming through.
Yeah, nice. Well, I did.
Super failure. Super failure.
It sat with me and had a little bit like, okay.
Yeah, I shouldn't have rolled it.
Wow. What would that be? A 35 for a hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. These are jars that were used to store, would typically be used to store internal organs of those who underwent mummification. But traditionally, there would only be 4 jars in a chest such as this. There are 5 in this chest.
The one with the upside down onks, it's got to go. It's got to go. Yeah. They all do, but that one's first.
All right.
I'm going to pick it up, and then I'm going to just chuck it on the floor.
Throw it on the ground.
Get ready to curb stomp it.
Yeah, so basically as soon as it hits the ground, Curtis is going to be cutting it with the Kopesh.
Yeah, as soon as it shatters, go ahead, everybody make a sanity roll as another heart larger than the one in the first jar. That must have just been a fake. Nice hard success. If you fail, take a D3. If you pass, take a D. Just take 1 sand loss on this.
That's 8 loss overall.
That's an 8 loss for you. Okay.
Yeah, I've lost 8 since we've been in here.
So
Yeah, Lord Roland's got it together, man.
Yeah, he does. You pass out at this. It's just overwhelming for you. Or no, actually, I like this one better. At this indefinite insanity, you grab the nearest torch, if you don't already have one in your hand, and scream out, "Fire will cleanse the evil from this tomb," and just bury this torch into the heart. And as soon as it engulfs in flame, you start running around setting everything else in this tomb on fire that is flammable.
That checks out, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to let her get that far.
Yeah, you start heading that way like you have lost it. You are in definite insanity right now.
I am not in the kind of shape that I need to be in order to try to restrain her either.
Curtis, you deal with this. I'll grab Dr. Miriam. Dr. Miriam.
Dr. Miriam, Dr. Miriam.
And I'm screaming and flailing and lighting things on fire.
I'm going.
So I'm actually going to pick up one of the other jars and see if I hear a heartbeat in there.
You don't, actually.
Hey, I missed where you failed your sanity check. I missed that. I see him. I don't see you.
Oh, well, I mean, it was still a loss even if you passed.
Okay.
Yeah, you still lose 1.
Oh, the
even
1
if you
point,
pass.
yeah.
Yep.
So,
and that's where I was hanging, unfortunately.
Well, that's not me.
Yeah,
okay.
So
I mean,
I'm
that's
already
me, but
there.
it's not me.
2.
So you end up catching up with her and trying to settle her down. You're still trapped here. You have not found a way out. How does it look when you capture Dr. Miriam? What do you say to her to try to bring her down from this bout of pyromania?
Oh man, this is gonna be one of those 1920s black and white movies. They'll grab her arms. Miriam, come to Miriam. Miriam.
What? No.
Not enough to loosen any
fire.
teeth or anything.
Fire's the only way to cleanse it. It's the only way to cleanse it.
If you're not careful, you'll cleanse us with that fire as well. Pull yourself together. This is not the British way.
I'm not British. I'm from Boston.
That explains everything.
I work at Miskatonic University.
Is there a roll or anything to get her to come back to reality, or do I just need to restrain her?
Tell you what, go ahead and
you're just gonna have to.
You're just gonna have to. I'll tell you what. Make a power
restrain.
roll. Make a power roll on her.
What is power? Okay.
Oh.
He basically sits you down, takes the torch out of your hand, slaps you around a bit, and it takes a few minutes.
Respectfully slap her. Just
in a gentlemanly fashion.
Yes.
With an extreme
I'm not beating
success.
her like some jackass from Boston would.
Miriam, snap out of it, woman. Bring yourself together.
It's merely a clarifying slaplet. It's not like anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, with an extreme success, I'll say that you can, after a few minutes, kind of
let me show you my pen.
Get her to.
It works better than smelling salts.
Get her to snap out of it. The air is filled with smoke. You've found a way to kind of put some of this out with dirt and whatnot, but it's starting to fill up with flames and fire, and y'all are still trapped down here.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I mean, I guess we have no more light issues then.
Nope, you can see everything.
I mean, I tried to go after her before she could set everything on fire.
Yeah, she's probably out in the main room, though, out here. It's probably where y'all ended up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was running around as fast as I could, just lighting everything up. If it was going to catch if I touched it, yeah.
And it probably would have, just as dry as everything is down here. The wood around the sarcophagus is probably in full flame.
Mm-hmm. Sounds likely.
All right, well, I'm going to do my best. I mean, is Dr. Miriam back with us, or do I need to still restrain her?
Everything is not okay. Everything is not okay. I won't put it on fire, my liege. I won't. Lord, my king, I won't. And I'm just like looking at you with these like glazed eyes, and it's clear that I'm not about to do anything else, like set the entire place on fire, but I am also clearly not okay.
And is probably not going to be any help at this point, like figuring anything out. She is off her rocker. She is.
Well, I'm going to attempt to. I think the wooden bits of the sarcophagus will probably just burn out without catching anything right there in a stone room.
Yeah.
I'll try to. Anything that looks like he could burn and catch something else, I'll try to push it out of the way.
Okay.
Just make sure it's just stone that it's touching. I mean, if I can't do it all, I totally understand that.
No, you can. I mean, it's not a whole lot that's burnable in here anyway, but you're able to get a lot of it. And with everyone else's help, I'm sure not everyone's going to stand there and just watch the place burn up.
All right. Well,
so one thing I am going to do is I am gonna take my happy ass, shamble my ass into this chamber and kick the icon over.
Oh no, the little people come to life now.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick over a bunch of those too.
No, they'll eat you, Curtis.
He ain't afraid of no statue.
What they did to the poor German man.
I don't think that was these things. Anyways, and after that, I'm going to start stabbing walls to see if there's
any soft spots.
Yeah, or just listening for hollow or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll try to get while he's doing. I will try to get Dr. Miriam to come back with us into this room and say, "We're not spent yet, Dr. Miriam. We'll get out of this."
Yes, we will. Yes.
How do you propose you're going to get out of this? Any plans?
I want to look at the rest of this room.
See if there's any indication on the walls, perhaps.
Yes. Like, is there no more to this room?
Nope, that's it.
What's going on with that boat there?
It's blacked out. I can't see.
Oh, it's just the wall. It's literally just the wall.
Yeah.
My reveal just didn't go far enough.
Oh.
All right. I will say, Professor Dumont, please keep an eye on Dr. Miriam. I need to consult with Curtis on this.
Okay.
Because that's how men did it back in the day. The women, they just hung out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Go on.
Back in the day, in the 1920s.
With all due respect, sir, these are educated women.
We're the smartest people in this room.
I didn't say that out loud.
So you go around and you look out where you came in right here. You kind of look out through the cubby, looking out through that little scuttle hole. And what you thought was a full-on cave-in, just a few rocks came down. It looks like you might be able to make your way back out into that chamber.
Well, I'm going to open up the satchel and show Curtis. Curtis, it looks like we may have one shot, old boy. Show him the dynamite.
Yeah.
You think it'll be enough to clear the passage?
That or it's going to collapse the whole place and get us all killed. But I don't really see an alternative. None of the walls seem to be giving. It's just solid all the way around. So,
Well,
you want me to do the honors?
well, unless you can think of anywhere else it can be. I mean, this is the only way that I know out of here, so I don't.
Listen, I'm not an architect. I'm not an archaeologist. I'm not even a demolition guy. Actually, let me check something real quick.
Let's see if I have demolitions.
Almost certainly don't.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
But I've got nothing for history. Hey, my credit rating is 20.
All right, I'll give him the dynamite, and then I'll give him my lighter. It's got like, this is a commemorative lighter, like with our regiment and stuff that's on it. You know.
Yeah.
I'll see to it that it doesn't come to any harm.
So what are you gonna do? How are you gonna?
The doctors.
Yeah, so I'm going to squeeze my happy ass through here, hobbling my way through. I'm going to check to see if I have anything I can use to extend the length of this fuse so I have more time to get away from it.
Roll a luck. See what you got.
Oh, this ain't going to go well. I've used so much of it.
Yeah, that's the tricky balance of luck, right? Yeah, nothing.
Nope.
The only thing you can think that maybe is maybe the linen off of one of these dog things that are in these holes. You might be able to fashion a long twisty fuse, but you'd have to knock holes in to get these things out, and you know that might bring down.
Well, I have more linen. Remember, I've got linen in my pockets and everything.
Yeah, if you want to hand that to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back. I'm getting the.
He went to get the women folk.
What?
Dr. Miriam.
What?
Dr.
Yes.
Jeff.
Have we found a way out?
We're getting at it. We're getting out of here, bud. God.
Do we need the boat? Has the city drowned yet?
I'm also
Not if I
thinking
can help it. Let's go.
we might need a boat.
We're gonna.
I
need
have
a-
the paddle.
Sure, if that makes you feel better.
Should
Let's
we
go.
grab the boat, Dr. DeMoss?
I think so.
Okay, let's get the boat.
I'm sorry, but let me fill you in on what's going on. Curtis has a stick of dynamite, and by God, he's going to blow the roof off of this so we can get out of here. I don't think that bloody boat is going to give you any help, unless you plan to turn it upside down and hide underneath it.
Well, that was my initial thought for the dynamite, but
We're
That'll
going
be
on
the
a boat. All right.
That'll be the
Everything
first
is
step,
Philippines.
but we need it because the city, everything's been flooded.
Yeah.
The
Professor,
one
could you
in
please?
dark robes is watching over the flooding.
That's great. So we'll say, Curtis, you got all the linen and all before the Lord went back. You all thought of this extend the fuse plan,
Yeah.
just for the sake of time. You've fashioned a fuse and you've run it. It reaches about halfway down the hallway. All the torches that you've had to make. Make an int roll for me.
Oh boy. That's 50-50.
This
Hey!
Before
All
he
right.
lights it, I'm going to give everybody one last cigarette, even Dr. Mary.
You're pretty sure, you feel very confident that you can light this and crawl your butt back into that other thing. You're pretty confident that you can.
Okay. All right, well, it's
Need
happening.
a cigarette. I've got a cigar.
Woohoo! Ooh!
That's for
Fancy.
after the dynamite, though, right?
Yep,
Fancy.
that's what I said. I don't need a cigarette. I've got a cigar.
All right. So
Where are we going?
Well,
Yeah, so Curtis is going to find he's going to basically clear some of the rubble, as much of it as he can, out from in front of the door there. And basically get ready to fire in the hole that shit and then bail as fast as his injured body will carry him.
All right.
and with cigarette in hand, as he's lighting it, I'll start singing an
Why
old
not move?
I'll start singing an old Battlefield song, like about. I don't know any British war songs, right? So I'm going to start singing one about victory.
What the hell?
He's just triumphantly shouting in this fucking old ass abandoned tomb. It's all
Nice.
smoke filled. And
Checks out.
All right, I cannot move my person. So
That's all right.
Well,
Know what the
I'm
hell-
singing it. I'm singing it to give
Thank you.
Curtis.
I don't
Singing
know
it
what
to
the
give
heck.
Curtis some
you guys,
strength.
I'm not.
I am the
structural engineer.
captain of this ship.
I'm on a boat.
All right. You light the fuse. You scurry and scuttle back as quickly as you can into the hole. And about the time you get in, you look back and you see the linen has reached the fuse. The fuse on the dynamite is burning very fast as it's very dry.
Y'all might want to.
I am serious about the boat, so I am under the
Yes.
boat.
Yes, the boat. The boat is our
Sure.
save. It's going to save us.
Here's a boat in this room.
Yep.
Yes,
Go.
it's the boat I was talking about.
So
That other one's little.
one
I'm actually-
person,
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is this a pillar that I'm standing next to?
that's the
That's that
archway
big ass
pillar.
heavy
Yeah.
door.
Yeah. I'm gonna slump down next to that, grab a cigarette on the way there, light it with that last candle, and then he's
Wait
just gonna
for the
look
big
up.
kaboom.
He's gonna look up at the sky, and he's gonna be like, "Times like these, I'm pissed off that I abandoned Catholicism."
Did you say you abandoned Cthulhuism? What?
No, I said I abandoned Catholicism.
Yes. All right. So one person, and y'all can fight amongst yourselves. Make me a luck roll.
Not me.
Typically,
How
when
do
you
a
have
luck
a
roll?
group luck roll, it's whoever has the lowest luck.
Oh fuck.
So who has the lowest luck then? Is it
I have 21.
is it Curtis?
I have 26.
I have 47.
Yeah, I've got like 60 something.
Fuck you.
Wow. All right. Well, 21's our group luck roll.
All right. 21's the group luck roll.
Oh, boy.
You want me to roll it, or do you want to roll it?
I'm gonna let
He
you
rolls it.
But yeah, well, I'm actually gonna let the GM roll this because I feel like that's just gonna be an interesting thing. But I
Yeah.
want you to roll it with a physical die.
I can do that. I can roll physical dice on it. Yeah.
I want to
Okay.
say, I'll look at Curtis and say, it was a pleasure serving with you.
I wish I could say the same, you old bastard.
Too
He gives you a wink.
bad we don't have a few pints.
Wrong. It fell on the floor. It didn't want to roll that one. Here. These are prettier. 03.
Holy shit.
Yay!
Yep. It's an 03. There it is.
Yeah.
I rolled a 300.
Nice.
Yep. So you sit down, you take and you exhale that big last puff of that cigarette just as a large kaboom goes off, and you just know that it's really not going to work, right? This whole thing's about to come shaking and shivering down on you. And while there is some shaking around, after the ringing stops of the explosion, it's quiet. Silence. And you Curtis, you kind of bend and look out the little hole, and the whole chamber is filled with daylight. The dust is raining through. There's pieces of rock still falling down, but it seemed to have worked. You've at least blown a hole in the door.
The locals are going to be less than thrilled with this.
You're able to
Yes.
escape.
They
But that-
trapped us here.
Keep the weapons as we go out.
Yes.
I got 4 bullets and a knife, and I think I got 1 working lung.
We need to hunt down those. We need to hunt down those workers that buried us here and give
Still
each
can't
and every
leave.
No,
last
no,
man
no.
jackaboodle one of them.
He
I need to go
actually
back.
Chris stops for a second. He's like, at first I was pretty vehemently against all this grave robbing business,
Sorry.
but I'm getting mine. I'm getting mine. So I'm gonna steal some shit, whatever I can fit in there. I'm gonna dump out that satchel and say y'all can have whatever's in there, and I'm gonna grab a bunch of the most innocuous looking things in there that I can.
Remember that
I'm
chest
gonna
has gold
spit on that
coins in it.
ankh as I'm leaving.
Yeah, there's that
That's it.
chest right here.
I'm not moving that chest.
That thing's too heavy.
Look,
Okay.
it's open. You could just fill that satchel with those coins.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, wait, was that the chest that had the heart in it?
No.
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 Oh no, fuck yeah. Well, I'm gonna get coins out of the chest then.
Okay, coins and beads, you just fill it up. Cool. All right.
We can't see you anymore, Keeper.
I know, because I left my dice cam on.
Okay. All right.
There we go. All right. Congratulations. You have escaped the Necropolis and defeated the abomination.
Ooh.
And only one of you went insane.
I just need a little bit of time to recover at the asylum.
And you
A
wanted her
couple
to
of
have,
months should do it, and then I'll be back to normal.
You wanted her to have the dynamite. Shit.
Of course
Yeah.
I wanted her to have the dynamite.
Because he knew that I was the one that was going to go crazy.
Oh, boy. That was a lot of fun. So in conclusion, you used the dynamite. You slayed the abomination. And everybody who survived gains a 1d6 sanity.
Woohoo!
We ever gonna play these characters again?
Maybe. Who knows? There is one more chapter
Alright.
of this series that we could play.
Cool. I'm up for it.
1d6, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna motion that Lindsay gets
Loot.
twice because she's gonna roll a 1. She rolled a 1.
Yeah,
Yep.
She rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1.
I'm gonna
Nice.
petition that Lindsay gets another roll because the dice have been so utterly fucking mean to you. this year.
I know, right? Like, roll
Right.
20 is never nice, but this is just like bullshit.
It's been evil. It's been
Whereas
evil.
I've had spectacularly good luck overall for once. I think I stole all of your fortune.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's a one shot. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a one-shot fun shot, right?
And Dr. Miriam Justice can go to Arkham for a little bit. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
she can go
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna-
Arkham
I'm
for a
gonna-
while.
I'm gonna take all that gold, I'm gonna melt it down, and then I'm just gonna sell it as bullion, wash my hands of this business, and never go anywhere near Egypt.
All right. What
There you
about,
go.
What about the professor? You go back to the college in Oxford, right?
And I have all of my rubbings and I have all of this story written down. And I am going to research more on this particular topic when I get back to the library.
All right. And
And if there's nothing about it, I'm going to write a paper.
there you go. You're gonna write a
Get my
paper. Yep.
tenure.
Tenure. Here we
And-
come.
Or everyone thinks you're completely insane
Or
and your
yeah.
career is
I've got rubbings, man. Proof.
Well, we got more in rubbings. We have the
Delta
whole
Green
tomb
gonna
full of
find out.
artifacts.
Delta Green gonna find out and then just say that they're a fucking forgery.
Delta Green's gonna
I know.
find out, and go empty out that tomb.
I know you were too cheap for an electric torch, but do you have a camera?
What? Why would I have a camera?
Nice.
No, I
I'm
was
not, I'm
talking
not a
to
photographer.
to Roland there.
How about
Lord
the
Roland.
Lord Roland? What do you do?
Well,
with-
I'm going to do my best to see that. Well, I'm going to cherry pick some things out here for my museum.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand outside, and if there's any of the local help that we hired still about,
Sure.
I'm basically just going to be
Shoot
openly
them.
brandishing my gun.
Actually, when you get out, there's nobody there. Everybody's gone. The horses, the block and tackle, the everything. It's
Wonderful.
all
Now
gone.
we're stuck in the middle of the desert.
They left us for dead.
That's
Who
what
would
I
have
said.
guessed?
Okay, you know what? On second thought,
There's a chariot in there.
Curtis is gonna find out who some of those people were and manage to kill them.
Probably.
That's what I'm saying. We need to hunt them down.
Yeah.
Find them in every CD bar they're at. And
Oh yeah, that's their next adventure. Is anybody who's on board? I said, all right,
Yep.
everybody.
Yep.
How about
Right,
some
so-
bench?
like I said, I'm going to try to cherry pick some things for my personal museum and then do my best to try to get people from the British Museum out here because it's 1920s and
Oh yeah, they'd be there.
Definitely.
Oh, they're in
They
full
don't-
pillage mode.
they don't give a shit about the people of Egypt having these things.
Absolutely. So they'll come out and pretty quickly be out there to round things up. It has been looted afterwards, after you leave to go get the British Museum folks to come back. It takes a couple of days. It's been looted a little bit, but most of the things taken are innocuous coins and stuff like that. It's nothing of major. When you do get back, the body of the abomination is disappeared. It's not there.
Conveniently.
As the skeleton is also gone.
Hmm.
Also conveniently.
Conveniently.
The little
I'm
people ate it.
gonna look up those two guys and see if they have family.
Right. All right. Anything else anybody wants to wrap up before we sign off for the evening? I think that was pretty fun.
No,
Dr.
was
Miriam
good.
spends a couple of months in Miskatonic's West Wing. And
Arkham Asylum.
yeah,
Yes.
the Arkham Asylum. And comes out scarred and scared, but overall better. All right, fantastic. Well, I had a lot of fun running this with you all. Thank you so much for playing. The Necropolis was written by Lee Carr and originally edited by Sean Haitley. Later redeveloped by Mike Manson and Lynn Hardy. So thank you so much to all of them who put this together so we could enjoy it so much tonight on United Adventure Company. Everybody,
Thank you.
thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for the likes and the subs. We appreciate it. It was dynamite. Exactly. At the end. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, everybody.
Oh, no.
Yes,
No.
absolutely.
I don't
It's
know.
that
I don't know
guy.
where Billy. I don't know where your face is in the face grid, but I'm pointing at you
I'm not the one that said it. He is.
in spirit. Whoever
Yes.
it was that said.
I said it. I said it in chat.
It was Jesse. It was
Yep.
all Jesse.
It
I
was.
take credit.
I'm blaming both of you.
Yes.
It was 100%.
That
was.
sounds.
Dynamite.
No.
Oh boy, y'all are a mess. I've-
Was real.
Had a blast running this with y'all. Thanks so much, everybody. Don't forget, Friday night we're playing Delta Green once again with There Aren't Any Vampires in Adamia Ernie. So don't forget that one's at 7 p.m. on Friday night. Then Saturday we're playing Welcome Home, our showcase D&D campaign with matches, which is Jesse with LK as Brata. Well, the dead Brata. Maybe.
Oh, yes. We get
have
to
death
start
saves. We get to start
at the
with death
very
saves.
beginning of the session is death saves.
Yeah, it's pretty much the matches show right now.
Pretty much. But
It's because Matches was the only smart one. Was like, oh shit, I'm at 3 hit points. Maybe I should run.
maybe I should leave. Yep.
Matches made a tactically sound decision,
Yes, he did.
coming back with some big ass guns.
And
Alright.
just a quick thank you to our Patreon supporters, Nathan and Aaron. Thank you so much to the two of you. Our newest subscriber, Richard Watt. Thank you. We saw you in chat tonight. We hope you had fun hanging out with us. Everybody, we're the United Adventure Company. This has been Call of Cthulhu's The Necropolis. And until next time, stay out of our dungeons. Good night, everybody.
Blood dynamite.
Good night.